create, broadcast, and start streaming.
Are we live? Hi, Mom.
We're doing it live.
Wow.
I'm uploading a 5-hour video from yesterday. It went from 11 hours to like 5 hours. Dude, if I can no life it enough and get like 6 to 8 hours of shit recorded, I mean, people could just play it like, in the background when they're working and stuff.
Yeah.
They could just hear me like shitting on theists and atheists alike, agnostics, deists, getting them all. Click the button, click that button, click one of these. Okay, now we just need to get people in here to say stuff so I can shit on it. It's the only other side of this equation that we need.
So I think what's going on here now is you either want it too bad or not bad enough, and I can't tell which it is.
It's both, dude. I've compartmentalized my brain, the left side and the right side.
I do suppose this is the internet and it's a little bit of everything all of the time.
You agnostic, are you dual streaming?
What do you mean?
Like both having the long format and like the short format? Because how like Ian, for example, can like has both the long format and like he has the short format. So like people that are like scrolling on the shorts, they can like get the live. And like if they want to like watch you, like they can just click and like it takes them to the long format. Or they can stay on the short format.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're saying. I'm just like doing
Yeah, I think
live
they're having a stroke.
and then I just truncate it. I'm not doing like two different things. I just figure like if people want to see it live, they can see it live, and then the next day I'll just have like the shortened version. They can just watch the shortened version next day if they don't want to sit there and listen to like a bunch of dead space, I guess.
Get to mull all over the shit you said and the shit we said. Yeah, no doubt.
Because like one thing that I want to avoid is putting out just like videos that deal with just like one thing where you can't tell if I'm like catering my video. Like I just want it live, organic, right? Just whatever people fling at me, I respond to. I don't want it like pre-scripted. That way people can't accuse me of anything. Or it's just smart people, dumb people, ugly people, pretty people, whatever. It doesn't matter, right? Because I'm not trying to show that Igtheism only works in a certain way. I'm trying to show that Igtheism is just the only valid position. Everything else is it's invalid. It's not valid, right? It's not true. It's not proper. It's not logical. There really is only one take on it. Just like there really is only one take on literally fucking anything, right? Shit exists or it doesn't. We don't need like whole ass philosophies and stuff orbiting around these ideas, like non Loch Ness monsterism. It's like that just doesn't exist, right? Like for good reasons, right? It's just stupid to try to formulate a philosophy about that. I mean, there are obviously people who believe in that stuff back and forth, but it's not like the world's taking it seriously and we have the Church of No Loch Ness Monster or the Church of the Tooth Fairy, right? Like, a lot of things we take seriously, a lot of things we don't take seriously. And that's the dividing metric for religion, is just that people take it seriously. If you had like whole ass philosophies around the Tooth Fairy not existing, and whole ass philosophies about Tooth Fairy existed, we'd have the same problem with the Tooth Fairy. But we don't persist in the gaslighting. But like I was saying that yesterday, is like the moment in your life that you begin giving pushback on ridiculous ideas, the gig's up. Like most people just drop the act, right? The Tooth Fairy's not real. We were just fucking with you. It's kind of like a rite of passage almost, getting fucked with about stuff like that, Santa Claus and whatnot. It's just for whatever reason, our adults, our elders, don't stop playing that same game with religion. But it's the same shit. And anybody that can't see that it's the same shit is fucking deluded. So I don't want to just like address the easy arguments or just the hard arguments. I just want that organic kind of shit. Any person, because all of us have these ideas, you don't have to be a professional to have these ideas. You shouldn't have to have like 20 years debating nerds to have ideas. You just have ideas. They just pop up in your brain. Everybody's got the right to think. Well, one thing I don't want, what I really do want to avoid is just like putting out content for the dumbasses. You know, just showing how dumb people are. There's no benefit there. Like if I could put out videos of like incredibly smart people being stupid, I think it'll go a long way. Otherwise, intelligent people making just these dumb claims about religion, for and against. But yeah, it's like I think one thing that drives me most to do this is to try to help clear up this problem that, you know, like look at that moron Otangelo who posted on my video the other day, yesterday or whatever, that this low IQ moron Otangelo thinks that atheists are just saying that there are no provided definitions. Like this moron, this low IQ knuckle dragging piece of shit thinks that the
Are we
problem.
assuming it is the Otangelo?
Yeah, it's Otangelo. He thinks that the problem is merely that definitions don't exist. And this moron, this low IQ knuckle dragging piece of shit, commented on my video. It's right, unless he deleted it, it's still there. You can go read how fucking stupid the guy is. This
No, what you don't understand.
Yeah, this AI Kermit piece of shit thinks that just typing in a definition in YouTube side chat is what atheists are complaining about, that we don't have a string of words that people are saying this is a definition. Like, how dumb do you gotta be?
He is like way too much. Like everyone who's ever talked to him, like, and we still haven't gone through to him, there's no hope.
But it's all of these fucking people. Every single person who is not an atheist is, to me, as dumb as Otangelo in that comment, because they think that's what we're complaining about, that there's no definition. They go to Wikipedia and they read that shit, and whoever the moron is that wrote the Wikipedia article is helping fuck it up, right? It's not about not having definitions. It's about what is the basis of your definitions. Right? That's what it's about. It's not about you not being able to provide fucking words. It's about, do your words have merit? And these knuckle dragging pieces of shit don't want to address that. They want to act like because they can fucking say it, it has merit.
See, but what about these individuals that don't actually know our brand of atheist, right? Like where you've explained it though, and they've explained it multiple ways. Like ignorance is an excuse, right? Once you've been given that unignorance, then it's. Or is that
I don't think ignorance is an excuse when you're online and debating and you have access to Google and you could just look shit up real quick. Yeah, sure. It's like for like 10 seconds, it's an excuse, right? But after 10 seconds, that's plenty of time for you to start looking shit up and investigate. Like, you have to be a knuckle dragging fucking moron to think that atheism is just saying there aren't definitions. You actually have to be fucking stupid to say that. And that's why I don't understand why otherwise intelligent atheists they're not seeing that. Clearly the argument isn't there are no definitions. It's about what provides merit to definitions. It's not because we agree that this is the best way to describe it. It's because there's a relationship between the description and the state of affairs. And we're only like highlighting that.
Finally.
Dude, it's hot as a aardvark ball sack outside.
Damn. Wow.
That run sucked. That was so brutal.
Yeah.
Just the economy was so brutal.
Are you playing a challenge run? I think you are.
Why? Why is it gotta keep giving me Tammy's head?
Just restart. Hold R. No, don't stay on this one. Hold R. Trust me. Don't just restart it. You need item. That's not like a good starting item. I would restart it. You just need to hold R.
Alright, what do we think it is? Here? Nope.
That's to the left of the treasure room. Yeah, that one. Wow.
Okay. Oh, Band-Aid is a good sign, right?
Yeah.
Good memories.
Oh. Damn.
Alright, prove it.
I can't, and I don't know. I don't know. God, there we go.
Yeah, when you lose, got recognize.
What did you say? Sorry, muffled.
When you lose,
Did you get dominated?
What? Someone talked over you.
Why can't you prove it? Yeah, why can't you prove it?
Well, I
Bitch.
don't like. It's not like I can't prove it. I mean,
Vagina.
a vagina. I can't. I'm saying like whether I can prove it or not. I'm saying I can't prove it. Can I not prove it?
Big
Like, can I
sweaty balls.
disprove it? No, I cannot disprove it either. So,
Like you were just born gay, right? Like that's just what you are.
born gay?
Or did you like have to suck a couple dicks to realize?
When I was born, well, when I was young and my heart was an open book, I was shaped by the environment.
Now you're born again and Jesus comes in you every night. He also cuts the grass at the Marriott.
Really? Wait, are you talking about are you like making like a Jesus joke where like a Mexican man does that?
Well, just like we say Jesus exists all the time, right? Like he's a guy who cuts the grass at the Marriott for the people who want it. Because that is just a fact of reality, right? I'm sure there's some guy who cuts the grass at a Marriott named Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I'm saying, like, is that a Jesus joke? Because like Mexican people do that. Oh,
Well, you took it there, right? I was just talking about a guy named Jesus. And then let's
okay.
say he's Puerto Rican. Why is it gotta be Mexican?
Because Mexico is like right next to America.
So you're the one
Like,
that made it like this racist thing. Like they're
oh,
below us.
and do you think that I was being racist? Because I apologize if that came off like that and you took it like that. I apologize for that. I wasn't being
Yeah.
racist to myself. I wasn't
Puerto
trying to.
Rico's in America, right?
It's an American colony, I believe. I was gonna say my therapist
What about
is
Trinidad and Tobago?
my therapist. Oh, the gay young lad from Trinidad.
I don't understand.
I
What
don't
the
know.
fuck is this whole ass fucking stupid ass conversation that's just dog shit from start to finish? Why are we having it? Can we have silence? Because that's what I would rather have. It's just no fucking noise.
Sorry.
If this is the trash that's going to be fucking happening.
I was gonna say I'm gonna switch. I was gonna switch therapists because I figured out mine is Roman Catholic.
I don't give a shit about your fucking therapy.
Yeah, this is dumb. Come in here with some cool like science shit or something, like expand our minds. Don't talk about your own personal feelings. You're gonna trigger us.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting triggered at the whole goddamn conversation. Both sides. Both sides of it.
I just wanted to hear your voice again, anti-nerd, because you sound so fucking funny when you get mad.
Can I tell you something, guys? Really shitty though. Probably why I'm acting out. So me and the old lady split up, and I told her today that the ultimatum. I'm like, I just want my shit by August 31st, or I'm moving back in, and she didn't like that. So she's like, well, you're not listening to me. I'm like, you haven't listened to me for 20 years, so why would you start now? So then she told me I'm unsafe again, and I don't get my kids tonight. It sucks.
Is the baby mama?
Yeah, she's a complete avoidant, right? So I just stated facts and my legal rights, and she didn't like that. And she said I was in distress.
Get a
Therapy
lawyer.
gave me a back.
Don't talk to her no more.
I already
Have her
got one.
talk to her fucking lawyer, dude. Don't say a word to her. Have everything fucking go through your lawyer, man. She wants to treat you like that, and she's going to use every little fucking reason. Have her talk to a fucking lawyer.
See, but that's the thing. Like, she already has, and she wants to drag it on and me to pay her out and everything, right? But I said, unless I get my check on August 31st, I'm just moving back in calmly, and I've ignored everything afterwards. I've told her I'm being more than fair, and that's what made her tell me I was crazy. So it's like she doesn't like the facts of reality.
Yeah, you having contact with her is not good, so just have your lawyer talk to her. Have a middleman. She's going to use everything she can. If she's going to have a negative attitude towards you, towards your disposition that you can't see your kids, she's manipulating. So have everything go through your fucking lawyer so she can't say shit like that. When you talk to her, she is going to do that. So have a lawyer talk to her.
Yeah. Oh, but this is already like the kids' schedule and stuff. So like she's already fucked up the schedule tonight. So that's recorded for the courts. I am logging all this. Like every conversation is already on the record.
I wouldn't have any conversations with her. I wouldn't say a fucking word to her.
No, but we have to do this for kid logistics, right?
You don't have to say a word to her. You don't have to say a single goddamn word to her. There's no reason. She could die right now. Do you have to say things? No, she's dead. You don't have to say a word to her. You say everything you need to say to your kids. You have no reason to say a fucking word to her. She's just a thing, right? The words you say to her, she is going to use against you. So say nothing. That way she can't say anything, and she just looks like a fucking crazy. But if you're a powder keg and you're talking to her, yeah, you're gonna say things that she can use against you. So don't say a fucking word.
See, no, but I didn't see it. This time I was smart. I haven't said anything about it in months. And I just out of the blue today told her, okay, look, if you don't have your finances sorted out on August 31st, I'm moving back into my property. Figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, you didn't have to say that to her.
She just blew up.
Yeah, that was all wasted breath. You didn't have to say it. You don't have to tell her what you're doing. You just move back in. If that's the law, then just do it.
Fair.
Why are you consulting her? What does her opinion on the matter at all? In any way, shape, or form?
Well, see, this is all for me and for the courts, right? Like, I gave her ample time to get her shit sorted. She couldn't do it. So I took back up residence till she can buy me out. Fuck her. She's a cunt. I'm smarter than this fucking cunt is, so I'm going to take her for everything she's fucking worth.
Just ignore her. Just fucking ignore her. Carry on about your life, dude.
Well, like I'm trapped in this fucking room, right? That's the hardest part. Like, I need my space. I need my fucking own shit.
So
Sorry
work
for that.
towards that, man. Work towards that. Like you're getting stuck in a hole here, worried about her. Fuck her. Get a lawyer. Stop contact,
but check this
like
out.
entirely. Like there's a stranger that lives in China. I've never said a word to him ever. Never will.
But imagine the best friend she could be. I'll go fuck myself now.
Yeah, you're just digging a rut, dude. You're making excuses for contacting her.
Well, once my check's in my hand, that's no longer my house. It's not my property. I moved on. She can't sort the legal or the financial shit out, so that's not on me, right? Like that, I want out.
Bro, like just imagine she died. You're talking to a ghost. There's literally zero reasons you have to contact her. Kids or not, right? You have access to your kids. What do you need her for?
No, but I don't have access to my kids because tonight she told me I was unsafe and I can't go pick them up.
Does it have any legal weight? Is there any legal weight to that at all?
Well, I want to go out for supper tonight, though. So, I mean, that's kind of where it's out is.
Just like ignore what the fuck she wants. Just ignore it. Don't even fucking acknowledge her existence. Doesn't matter. Let her fucking scream. Let her be quiet. Let her go left. Let her go right. Let her live her life. And if she wants to scream and be all up in your face, record it. Don't say a goddamn word to her. Not get out of my way. Not shut up. Just fucking walk. Just go.
So what I did last time, that's what happened. I spent 3.5 hours at my house and she got so bored of me. She's like, look, you got to go. You got to leave. And I'm like, well, why? So,
yeah, you talked to her right there. Right. You talked to her. You said something to her.
Fair enough. I just go and sit down and ignore her. Yeah.
She's a ghost and you're crazy if you acknowledge her.
Thank you very much. You are very,
if
very
she's got a fucking problem, she knows where the goddamn door is.
This is going to work well. Thank you very much for helping me. This is excellent.
Have you been talking to a lawyer?
Yeah, so I went to the lawyer and I paid $800 and they gave me a letter and told me my legal rights. And they said, it's going to be a long time and it's going to cost you a lot of money and we got your best interests in mind. Bring your credit card. And I was like, but wait a minute. Either way, it's going to be a long time. So if I just take my money and spend it on an e-bike and a paddleboard, then I'll be happier and just move back into my house on August 31st.
I would just move.
Like you said,
get another house. Just get another house. And if she can't afford hers, she'll lose custody and they'll go to you. And you tell her, go find a dick to suck. Have your lawyer tell her that. Right? Write it down on paper, hand it to your lawyer.
That house half and half.
Well, go get another place. Right? Get out of there.
Well, I am out right now. I've been out for 3 months. It's been since May 29th.
I mean, in life, dude, like get out of that situation entirely.
Oh, I'm trying to. Yeah. It's toxic.
Just let her fucking fall apart and you go live your fucking life not giving a shit.
Like it's gay weekend here in Halifax and we're going out to the gay bar for supper, so it's nice. So that's what I'm going to try and do tonight. I mean, hee-haw.
Did you bring it, Ibrahim?
You think I'll waste my time proving to you, piece of shit?
All right, then go away, retard. Fucked your dumb ass come in here for? Suddenly enters the room.
Hey, why did I get fucking kicked from the school? But they banned me.
Probably because you're a moron and don't know that you're in the guest room section.
They banned me because I was laughing or whatever.
Yeah, it's called making noise people don't want to hear.
They were just fighting.
No, try using push to talk. You won't have that much of a problem.
Right.
We're here for intellectual pursuits. We're not going to fuck around.
Okay.
In reality, hold on. In reality, is there a thing that you call God?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just got banned. ended up in this.
Yeah, get over it, man.
okay,
Jesus
so-
Christ, your life will continue. What the fuck, dude? Literal, dude. Just like, what the?
Well, that's why
Dude.
he got banned from the other room, bro.
This dude's whole world came crashing down, could not function because he got banned in a politics Discord chat in the guest room section. Wow. Bro, you are ill prepared for the internet, man.
Hello.
All right, Frank.
Hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya? Hey, how are ya?
Can you prove the God thing?
Not really. I can't. Could you?
Then I wink. Get wrecked, nerd.
You're welcome.
Absolutely fucking dominated.
No, why can't you prove it?
Maybe because it's not real.
Are you sure about that?
Well, wait, let me scratch my balls. Yeah, I thought about that. So, I think I could prove it now.
Okay, so what'd you do to rule out the existence of a God thing?
Why should I rule it out?
You're saying there isn't one.
Well, I thought about it again, and I think there is one. It's me. I'm the proof.
All right, Mujad, you're up. Please don't be a moron.
It's from jihad.
Yeah, can you prove the
Yeah.
existence of a God thing?
No, I'm an atheist too.
All right, well then I win. Get wrecked, nerd. Now, why can't you prove it? Like, what's wrong with you?
I don't know, because there's no objective evidence to prove the existence of God. That's it.
Well, but that same question to that other guy. Like, how do you know that? What are you considering when you're looking around and you're saying, yeah, there's not a God? What are you looking for?
I'm not claiming there's absolutely no God. All I'm saying is I cannot confirm there is a God based on the objective evidence we have, which is zero.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. What are you evaluating to say zero? Like, when I look at my room and I say there's no elephant, I'm evaluating my room. I'm comparing that to my prior knowledge of elephants. And I'm saying, hey, all of the evidence that would be present for elephants is not in here. So like a big ass animal, a bunch of elephant shit, loud noises, shit getting broken. Those would all be indicative of an elephant being here. And since that's not happening, there's no elephant. When you're like, is there a God in my room?
Okay, what's the prior knowledge we have of a God?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking you. You're saying when I look at my room, I could be confident that there isn't a God here. I'm asking, what would you look for?
I don't know. Logical reasons, philosophical reasons.
Of what? No, you need the prior, right? You need to know what an elephant is to say there's not an elephant. You need to know what a God is to say there's not a God. But I'm asking right now, what is a God?
It's part of making sense of the existence itself. Like, what is existence? What is reality? How we...
Well, existence is just stuff, dude. Like the stuff we see. Like, I don't, what do you mean? Like, it's just the stuff. And some of that stuff looks like elephants. And that's how I could tell you there's not an elephant in my room. Because all the stuff that looks like elephants ain't here.
Okay, you know what an elephant looks like.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I have a prior knowledge of elephants.
Okay.
What's your prior knowledge of gods?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, so how do you know it's a reasonable belief that there's not a God in my room right now? If you don't know what they are, it could be like that box right there. That box could be a God. But since you don't know what a God is, you don't know if there is one or isn't one in my room. You can't even tell me what these things are, right?
Okay, how would you define a God?
Well, I'm an Igtheist. I define God as a meaningless, incoherent sound people use to express their unwillingness to do a valid investigation about a natural phenomenon. But that's not about God. That's just about the monkey pointing at the thing, calling it a God. It's just a sound people make. They point at something and call it God. But what is a God? It's whatever the monkey's pointing at, calling God, I guess. So, but the thing is sometimes, well, you don't, because sometimes people point at things that exist and call it God. Sometimes people point at things that don't exist and call it God.
Like in Islam, I used to be a Muslim. Like, sometimes when you, like, something good happens to you, they call it, they just name it, it's because of God.
Yeah, I know. But they do that same shit over here. They just They even say it's the same God. That's what's weird. In Islam, they say it's Yahweh, and over here, they say it's Yahweh too. It's wild, huh? But our Yahweh over here didn't have a prophet named Muhammad, and your Yahweh over there had a prophet named Muhammad. Weird, right? It's almost, dude, I want you to consider this. It's almost like everybody's making this shit up.
Exactly. That's why I left Islam.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good reason to leave Islam in particular, but when we're asking a question about like the status or condition of reality, some people are saying there's not a condition where that aspect of reality right there, that's God. And they don't have an ability to tell you what that aspect of reality would be. That's a vapid statement. I don't know if there is or isn't a God in my room right now. I don't know. Like, as an atheist, I can certify that I don't know what gods are. I know what some things are that are referred to as God, but I don't know if those things that people are referring to as God are in fact gods. I don't know that. I just got what they're telling me. And like I'm saying, sometimes they point at things that are real. Those things are real. Like the sun, there are people who worship that thing. I don't worship it, but they worship it. What am I going to do? Not believe in the existence of the sun because somebody calls it a god? No, that's stupid. We just disagree epistemically about the nature of the sun, but we don't disagree about the ontology of the sun. It exists.
Exactly.
Right, but atheism would suggest that it wouldn't exist. Right? It either doesn't exist or it lacks the God-bearing attribute. Well, what's the God-bearing attribute? Like, what is the property that makes a thing a god? I mean, I've already answered it from my philosophy. It's the monkey. It's not in the thing. The question is malplaced, right? Like, we're asking like what's in the thing that makes it a god, and it's not. It's what's in the monkey's brain that's making it think that thing's a god. And that comes from gaslighting in our culture. You call it Islam, I call it Christianity. Some people call it Hinduism. Some people call it Buddhism. But they got you out here denying the existence of like, what was it again? Nothing? Anything?
You asking me about something?
Yeah, I was asking about your atheism.
Okay, why I became an atheist?
Yeah, like what happened? Why did you stop thinking at atheism?
Okay, well, I grew up in Saudi Arabia. They teach like when you said ontology, epistemology. These words I got to know them very recently. They teach us nothing. Like
Yeah.
literally, like your whole life from the moment you start making sense of the world, they teach you like God created us and He's Allah and Muhammad is the Prophet and that's it. And then for the next 12 years in school, they teach us about how Muhammad used to live and that's it. Like you learn nothing. You don't know about anything. And the Saudi government takes care of the politics and you care about your own life. That's it. So 4 years ago, a friend of mine started talking about like it. For us, stuff were some things that were very forbidden to talk about, like secularism. What the fuck is that? Like, Islam is for everything. For us, for us it was weird and very repulsive to talk about these things. So I decided to look into Islam to prove to this guy that he's wrong. When I looked how to prove objectively that Islam is the true religion, at the time I thought it was gonna be super easy. But after 3 years, I said to myself, like it took so much time and I found nothing. If there was a God, like why is it so hard to prove that he existed? He created everything. He's actually looking to us. He wants us to dress a certain way. He wants women to wear hijab. But why is it not obvious? Why is it so hard? And then I studied the history of religion. Then I realized Islam is just Christianity and these Middle Eastern religions. It's mythology. It's not people made up. Like it's the simplest explanation instead of pretending that yeah, it's true. It came from a divine God, and Muhammad is actually a prophet who died 1,500 years ago. since then, I'm just living my life normally. That's it, and stop caring about Islam or whatever. I'm just agnostic about it.
Yeah, but my question is, why stop there? Why stop at atheism? Why define yourself in their light?
Define myself?
Yeah, in their light. Whereas you're not like so in the atheist, their philosophy is tied to theism. They're defining that themselves based on what some other, their opposition, believes.
Okay.
So like you know the game tennis?
Yes, of course.
Do you play tennis?
No.
Do you go around telling people that you are not a tennis player? That's what you do?
No.
No. And if you did, if you walked around like and just out of nowhere, you're like, "Hi, my name's so and so. I don't play tennis." If you told me that, like when I first met you, I would think that tennis has some level of importance in your world. You felt the need to inform me that you don't play that game over there. And I would wonder, I was like, how prevalent is tennis in this area? Right? If you're the only person coming at me being like, I don't play tennis, it'd be a weird statement. But if everybody's playing tennis, or if everybody's telling me they don't play tennis, I'm going to start like looking at my environment. Like, why are all these people informing? Like, did I move into the most tennis playing area? Is that why everybody's telling me that they don't play tennis? They just want me to, they're not like those people over there. Don't confuse me with that group. And I can get that. I can appreciate that on a level like that, that if you're in this prevalent area and there's all these other people defining themselves in a particular way and you don't do that, you might inform people that you don't do that. That may be informative in that description, but when I'm asking you about your philosophy, informing me about their philosophy and that you don't do it isn't really defining you, which is why I'm asking, why stop at atheism?
Okay, that's actually very, like, you're right. Yeah, I like at this point I don't have like views or that I defy that I believe in. I'm just denying that I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a theist, as you said, and that's it. And then the next question will be, so what do I believe in, or what's my worldview?
Yeah, what does characterize you? What ideas that came before you do you think represent what you currently think, or best represent what you currently think?
To be honest, I don't have an answer for this question yet. I'm still reading and learning and understanding.
Well, like you said, something I wanted to comment before, but you wanted to finish all the stuff you said. You said you only now came into contact with words like ontology and epistemology, and you're only now learning about that, and you were hinting at the idea that, you know, your Islamic teachers, your Islamically oriented teachers, they denied you that information. They didn't give you that information. That wasn't part of your lesson plan from them. They restricted access to that. Now, whether they were aware of ontology and epistemology is a question. But assuming that they knew about the nature of ontology and the nature of epistemology, and they chose to not provide you that information, that's manipulation. That's gaslighting. That's it's bad. It's you have to ask why. Now, there may be reasons that someone might deny access to information, like think pornography or something like that. Like, we have good reasons why we would deny children access to this information. We could rationalize like the threat, right? We wouldn't say that we're denying access their entire life, but right now they're not ready for it. And when they become an adult, they may make that decision for themselves. But when it comes to other lesson plans, like ontology, like how to use your brain, how to think, what's logic, you know, an exploration in logic and stuff like that. When you see that there are people out there that intentionally deny that kind of information, I mean, just like don't inform you about it. They're shaping the way that you think, and they're trying to delay the development of the logic centers in your brain, because part of human growth and development is a concept called priming. And the regions of the brain that are responsible for doing those tasks they need to be primed to do that.
What's the name of the concept?
priming, PRIM. It's like prime, like you would prime an engine. You would give it a little bit of gas,
Okay.
right? You would
Okay.
set it up for success.
Okay.
So that's priming. And so in order for your brain to properly develop, it needs to be primed. And that's with tasks like language. If you don't prime the brain early in development, language acquisition is hard. Like learning a language gets harder the longer you delay language, right? Which is not really a problem in general. Most of us immediately begin speaking language to our children. But there's evidence of people who have abused their children to the point that they didn't have that. And in their teenage years, adult years, they struggle at learning to talk. So it's a form of retardation, a delayed development. This kind of psychological abuse, and in the case of the kid that I'm talking about, you could look up feral children. There are children being raised in really abusive conditions and stuff, and they've done studies on their psychological health and development and stuff like that. It's really sad, but the idea is like we do this en masse, but on a mild scale, right? No, most of us don't do that to their children, where they like do these really abusive things, but most of us cater the information that we allow our children to have access to. And religions, what they do is they look for threats, and one of those threats is like you were bringing up. They didn't teach you about ontology and epistemology. That's just logic, right? That's philosophy. You're basically saying that your culture denied you access to philosophy, and that was to shape your psychological development so that you wouldn't need those kinds of questions and answers.
This is exactly what happened. They don't teach us like philosophy at all, like never. And theories like evolution, we don't get close to things like this. They prime us, as you said, to obey. Like every year we have a multiple lessons on the how you should obey your father and your king and you and God. Like this is the most important thing to do. So if I brought this topic to my teachers, they would freak out. They would panic because they themselves they don't know what else except Islam. Like nothing justifies everything, and other than Islam. Islam is everything. How we got here? God created us. That's it. You don't need to think about that. They give you the answers for all the big questions. You stop thinking, and that's it. And they and the government provide, like you don't need to think. If you are like if you are real ignorant, still you can make money, get married, and build a house in here because the country is so rich. You don't have to think. That's why when I started learning about these things by myself, now I'm 27. I feel like I'm so late to learn this stuff.
Yeah, that's what offended me in my life. It's one of the reasons that religion pisses me off, because I feel like it's responsible for some of my own delay in development. Right. Well, I grew up in a Christian house, in a Christian society. I was indoctrinated that way. I actually got online originally as a religious person to basically yell at atheists and call them stupid and stuff like that. But it didn't end up that way. I started learning things. I started running into ideas that I never heard of before and never even thought to consider and stuff like that. And people taught me how to think, right? They introduced me to these ideas, and I just had to learn to think about that shit. And when you start learning from these like philosophically oriented people and learn that all of our cultures attempt to put a shell or constraints around us, and it's not inherently bad. We just got to come to terms with this is just a function of the human condition, that we indoctrinate our children, and it's easy to paint it in a negative light because there's so many bad and horrific things that have happened due to the way that we process culture and pass it. But we also have to look at questions about why are we doing it, and why have we been doing it for so long. There's got to be there's reasons both sides to why humans behave like this. And when you look at countercultural positions, counterculturalism can push a society forward to progress, but countercultural revolutions can also destroy cultures, right? New changes to a culture that are not able to be, like the culture itself is too rigid, can destabilize the culture, and then you have war and all kinds of horrible things happen, because the dynamics just are there for the war instead of collaboration, working together, figuring things out. And societies do this. It's an ebb and flow over time about, the shifts in the culture. There's the word zeitgeist. It talks about the current flavor in the air of that era, right? What it's like to live in an era. And a lot of us understand what it's like for our perspectives about what we believe is true to change. And this is disillusionment, right? That we're born in a society that teaches us how society is. And by the time we come to age and we start learning how societies function from our own interactions, we start realizing that the people who taught us the information that information's outdated, and it conflicts with our current understanding. And then we have to make adjustments in our own life, move forward, and we set the stage or foundation for the next generation. And so there's this ebb and flow of did we change too much? Did we not change enough? And so naturally within human societies, we have ways to sort of bring us all into a focus, common, working together. These are tied down to oxytocin, dopamine, the chemicals of social order, right? What makes us Where the fuck are my what makes us an animal that can work together, right? We're a social animal. We have biological traits that keep us working together. So religion is prevalent because it's just the main force in our current evolution as a social species that's providing the most widespread cohesion. And they're preserving themselves. They're trying to protect themselves. And so to do that, they don't want you to think. They don't want you to explore new ideas and see that there's other ways of thinking. It's sort of a countercultural revolution that's putting too much pressure, and it causes, people anxiety. People get, triggered. And that's what happened to me, right? I started hearing things on the radio. I got triggered, got online, but got confronted with these, people who were triggering me, and I listened to them, and then I adjusted, right? I made corrections in my brain, and that took me away from my religion. But, there's truth to the idea that some people are only good because they feel like their religion's holding them that way, and they would be bad people. So you got to be real careful sometimes how you pull that Band-Aid off.
Nobody knows in my except number of my friends that atheists now. Just I kept it for me, and I remember the first time I listened to the atheist experience, Matt Dillahunty and all those people. If you not know them,
yeah, I know Matt Dillahunty. Well, I mean, I've watched his stuff.
I feel it feels like I'm in pain, and I know I can understand that what he's saying.
Hey, your mic's fading in and out.
What?
Your microphone is fading in and out.
Okay, is it good now?
You'll have to keep talking.
Okay. When I was listening to them, and I feel like I can understand what they're saying, and it's reasonable, but like it physically hurts to hear their ideas and their thoughts. But just the idea of Islam might be wrong. It's disturbing. It's really disturbing. But I had to push through. I had to keep learn and accept at the end. And right now, for them, it's they think it's good for me to stay within the tribe. This is the right path for us, for all of us, to survive. As I said, it's biological. It's within our biology.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's in our biology. It's in our culture, and our culture's in our biology. Our culture can change. Curiosity's in our biology, but conclusions aren't. And religion is a type of conclusion. And I think as we progress and more people move away from religion, the issue that I see as atheism is, in and of itself, atheism's not a philosophy of mind for any other avenue of thought other than a consideration about a God thing's existence. Most atheists employ other philosophies to answer basically every other question that you could ask them. About morality, they don't talk about atheism. About physics, they don't talk about atheism. It's non-informative positions. So you have to, you talk about Matt Dillahunty, and Matt was somebody I listened to years ago. He's definitely formative in my transition into Igtheism when it comes to the topic of the God thing. But they don't have anything to say about anything else. They have good reasons to say why you shouldn't believe these propositions here. And I guess what I've learned over time is not to ignore bad evidence and not to use bad evidence as anything other than a conclusion that all I have is bad evidence. And I think what atheists are doing is they're saying to themselves, all they have is bad evidence, therefore God's not real, or therefore I have no good reason to believe in a God. But there are many different problems with that statement. Like the one we talked about earlier is, what even is a God that you don't believe in? That's a question. But the other question is, why are you letting a mountain of bad evidence and their adherents, the people who believe that stuff that we would call a mountain of bad evidence, shape our understanding of what we think about reality? Their mountain of bad evidence should say nothing about the state of affairs. It's just a mountain of bad evidence. They may or may not be right when you look at individual claims in it, but you realize that their claims are just that. It's like, it's not really compelling reason to reach a conclusion about the state of affairs. You have to look at the state of affairs. And I think when we get done looking at the mountain of bad evidence and we start looking at the state of affairs, we're going to realize that the questions that gave rise to the mountain of bad evidence are still fucking there. We still have these questions about what reality is, is there a meaning, right, or not, right? These questions are still going to be there. We may be able to get rid of, or at least acknowledge that it's a mountain of bad evidence, but concluding that there are no cosmic entities because all you have is a mountain of bad evidence seems like a leap in judgment. It seems like all of our evidence for God things can be just a pile of dog shit evidence, and there could still be a cosmic entity. I don't see how there's a conflict there. So I just don't have any data to actually conclude on anything outside of my experience, things that I'm experiencing. I can address those things. But to assume a state of affairs in reality that I'm not having an experience of, where do I begin? Because the moment I begin that journey is going to be an experience, and it's going to invalidate the whole fucking procedure. Because I'm trying to understand this thing absent in experience. If it's not the case that I rely on experience, then if we explore the modality of no experience, I think you can see it just falls into a pit of every claim being a non sequitur. So there's no point. And the point isn't that because there's no point, we can safely conclude that lacking belief in the existence of a God is reasonable. I think it's just as unreasonable as believing in one. Both propositions are just wait is the better conclusion. Wait until you have better evidence, something worth considering, right? But a mountain of bad evidence is just that. It's your conclusion should be it's a mountain of bad evidence. But when you ignore bad evidence as evidence, then yeah, you're kind of always going to be making the same mistake. You're just going to continue looking at a mountain of bad evidence. Just make observations. Wait to make claims about the ontological status of a thing until you have a thing to make ontological claims about. Like your epistemology is going to reference the ontology. And if your epistemology can't reference the ontology, then your epistemology is just dog shit. It might have something to do with imagination, some abstract object, sure, have fun, play abstract. I have no issues with that. It's conflating all this abstraction has anything to do with ontology, concrete objects. It has nothing to do with it. Remember, we gave that up. We said we don't have that, so we're just going to muse. Well, if you have the memory, then at the end of the musing, why are you looking at reality? Why are you pretending that had anything to do with reality? That's just a question. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying they're right. I'm saying you're playing a game where you're conflating the map to the territory when you've already said you never looked at it. You're not appealing to a territory. You're just drawing a fucking map and then asking, is this map accurate? I guess it's accurate to itself. What am I comparing it to? Right? If you're saying does the map that I drew accurately represent the territory out there of this what territory? See, that's the theist and the atheist game. They're just looking at a map. They don't give a shit about the territory anymore. The territory is still in question. When you're done with your map and you've realized it's just a map somebody made up, there's still territory out there to explore. And that's why atheists immediately abandon atheism when talking about any other topic, because it's only a reference to what these people are saying. And what they're saying is just a mountain of incoherent, scattered, disconnected ideas that both groups are pretending is not a completely disconnected, incoherent, individualized. Like the problem is like, here's one example. How many one true and only gods have you heard of? Probably multiple. It depends on what person you're asking. They'll be like, I believe my God's the only God. And then you ask that guy, my God's the only God. Well, that creates a problem. If you're trying to draw a Venn diagram of those two gods, you can't overlap them. They're going to be two independent circles. And you pretending there's an overlap to make your job of expressing your philosophy easier by pretending there's an overlap is only legitimizing their claim that there is something to think about when it comes to the topic of God. If you leave it as the multiple independent circles that it actually is, rather than overlapping, it makes the problem easier to see. But the atheists facilitate the illusion of overlap, the illusion that you can draw a Venn diagram of this by responding in kind categorically. But there is no categorical God. There's no property of a thing that makes it a God, other than there's a monkey pointing at it, calling it a God. That's the only metric we have, and that's the only metric we've ever used. And so there's no reason to ask for a different metric or employ a different metric. And so if that's the case, it's trivial to prove a God's existence. You just pick a thing that exists, like that lighter, and call it God. It's God. Bam, done. I did what the Pope just did, right? What I just did is what the Pope does every day. He just points at Jesus and calls him God. And his ability as a monkey facilitates that. I'm a monkey. He's a monkey. He's pointing at something. I'm pointing at something. The only difference is I chose something that's real, and he's continuing to choose something that's not real. He could switch at any time. He could start pointing at the chair he sits in and say, that's God. He could stop pointing at Jesus and start pointing at a real thing, and then the Pope will be right, just like me, right? There will be a God that exists. His you sit on, mine you start fires with. It's just a linguistic game these people are playing. It's like adult baby babble. It only means something because they're like pretending it means some shit, and it's no external merit. There's no experience that we're saying their claims are true because it's just internally. It's entirely imaginary. And well, most of the time, like I said, some people point at stuff that does exist, and then it's not entirely imaginary. It's outside now. Now they're I pointed at a lighter. Some people point at all reality. Some people point at the sun. But who am I to tell what people like? You can't point at that and call it God. You can't do that, because if you point at that thing and call it a God, then I have to change my philosophy. That's stupid. I shouldn't have to change my philosophy. I'll just address it in kind, in that short order, and not develop a philosophy that causes me to deny the existence of things that are clearly in existence. This is why I call atheism a contingent philosophy. It's not itself a philosophy. It requires another philosophy to exist. And you could say Igtheism is a contingent philosophy in a sort of way, but I don't think it is, because my ontology in Igtheism is human behavior, language, what they're saying. Are they playing by the rules they're saying we have to play by, like chess? It's like, if you're going to play chess, that's fine. You invented a bunch of rules for chess. And now you guys sit down and you start playing chess. But if you got house rules, you ain't playing chess. And if I catch you playing by house rules, well, you ain't playing chess. You're playing a similar game to chess, but that ain't chess. That's a different game. You're playing by a different set of rules. Atheists are playing by a different set of rules. So are theists. The rules of linguistics would argue otherwise, to say that you can make a rational, coherent statement about the nature of something's ontology absent in experience. I think the rules strongly dictate that if you're going to make a claim about the nature of reality, you're going to start with an observation. Even if you suck ass at observing stuff, you better start there, because that's the only non-arbitrary starting point we could have about discussing the nature of an object. If I'm not relying on an experience, right, a shared interrelated experience of the thing, then what would we talk about? We would talk about my imagination or your imagination. It would only be that thing that we're both experiencing that we could talk about, and then try to come up with some understanding of its nature, because that's what we're appealing to. There's the thing, it has a nature, and we're discussing. Atheists just don't want to do that part. They don't want to wait for the ontology. They just because the theists generally never provide, like in their little spheres here online, yeah, it's usually what? Yahweh. Like 80% of the time it's Yahweh of some form. So they've just gotten lackadaisical to what a God is. And they've assumed a God is, well, the God of classical theism. This is some trope. Pay attention to this. The next time you hear an atheist doing this, they'll say their atheism reflects the God of classical theism, an omnimax God, a God that can, do great things, knows everything, knows all possible things, right? But who do they talk to with their objection to God? Who are they talking to? They're talking to Christians, Muslims, Jews. But the Christians, the Muslims, and Jews don't believe in a God like that. Their God is not omnimax, right? The Yahweh has limitations, right? That it got defeated by an army with iron chariots, right? Like, come on, right? He had to cheat in a wrestling match with Samson or somebody, right? He's not all powerful. There's things it doesn't know, so it's not all knowing. It's a fucking dick, so it's not all loving, right? So the atheist will be like, yeah, I primarily focus on the God of classical theism. But they 99% of the time are engaged with somebody that doesn't believe in a God of classical theism. It seems like the atheists have invented a God that makes their position easy to kind of make the illusion that it's a philosophy, that I'm addressing this God. But it's like, okay, let's just grant that to you. You're addressing the God of classical theism. What about the other gods? What is your answer for that? What is your position on the God of the sun? Right? It's immediately a shifting gears into a different argument. Right? It's no longer I lack belief in the existence of. It's now the atheist is a world-leading expert on God identification. And when they look at the sun, they could tell you certainly the sun lacks the God-bearing attribute, so it's irrelevant. And I'm like, well, what makes you an expert on God that you could just rule out the sun? And it seems like they just don't have a good answer. So they just pretend it's not a God because it doesn't fit the narrative of the omnimax God of classical theism, dude. But it's like, dude, why are you saying God is the God of classical theism just so that you could shit on it? Because now you're saying God is. You should be saying is not every single time. When I show you a picture and I say, is this God? You should say no every single time. When I hold up the picture of the
God.
Yeah, when I hold up the picture of the God of classical theism and I say, is this God? The atheist should say no, right? They should say no, just like the God of the pile of dog shit in my front yard. When I show the atheist a picture of the God of the pile of dog shit in my front yard and they say no, that's not a God, they should have the same fucking answer when I hold up the picture of the God of classical theism. But they're giving me a different answer. They're saying, yeah, that one's a God. That's the one I mean. Right? In the photo
Where'd you get this
lineup,
picture from?
you just ChatGPT can draw it.
Oh, fair.
But that's it's a pivot. It seems like a weird pivot. That why is an atheist pointing at a photo lineup and saying that's it right there, that's God, and it's the God of classical theism? Why are they doing that? That's weird, right? They shouldn't be doing. They should look at all the pictures and be like, yeah, I don't see a God on here. That's what they should be doing. That's what I do, right? I don't personally see a God, but this one is referred to as God, and that one is referred to as a God, and that one is referred to as a God. And I'll go down all the photo lineups. I'll be like, yep, that one's referred to as a God, but then at the end, I'm going to be like, yeah, I don't know if there's a God in any of these pictures. I just heard all of these are gods. That's all I'm saying. I've heard all these things are God. And then and some of the pictures I'll be like, but that one doesn't exist and this one does exist. That's the difference. Is in the photo lineup, if you ask me which ones exist, I'll just pick out all the ones that exist. But some of those things that, this person put the photo lineup of all the gods, right? I thought I was looking at all the gods, and you only asked me pick out the ones that exist. So I did that. But the atheists, what are the atheists? The atheists can't do that task. They can't look at a lineup of right? They can't do that. They can't pull out all the ones that exist versus all the ones that don't exist. They don't actually have that ability to do that function. Because if there's a thing in the photo lineup of all the gods that does exist, they ain't an atheist. They can't take it out. They're saying that thing's a god, right? That's what they're saying. This is God. They should be saying this is not God. All of them in the photo lineup are not God, is what they're saying. I'm saying, what makes you a witness here? Why should anybody give a shit if you can identify God in the photo lineup if you're saying that none of the things in the photo lineup are gods? And then when I ask it a different way, why are you pointing out one of them that is a god, saying it's the God of classical theism? Why do you keep pointing at that one? Quit pointing at that one. You're confusing the shit out of me. Either none of the things in the photo lineup are gods, or one of them is, and it's the one you like, you keep pointing at. This is why it's incoherent philosophy. Doesn't make any sense. Just reject all the ones that don't exist and accept all the ones that do exist. Simple. But remember, it goes back to the trauma, to the child abuse, to the cognitive malnourishment our parents and our culture did to us, where they didn't teach us about ontology and epistemology. It's baked into that. That's why we don't want to let it go. That's why these people don't want to say to themselves, this thing's a god, because they remember the God that abused them. And so they're judging all gods based on their knowledge of the gods that they grew up with. And those gods are dicks. They're abusive assholes. They have really bad morals. And so they just have this knee-jerk reaction to say that no God exists. They just say that. But it's a vapid, meaningless statement. Clearly, if you zoom out, some things people point at and call God do exist. And vice versa. Clearly, some things people point at and call gods don't exist. And that's the problem, is the majority of time you've seen someone point at a god, call it a god, it didn't exist. That's what it's like being born in Islam, being born in Christianity. Every time someone points at a god, you believe it exists and it's the same thing, or you don't exist. It's always the same. It's in general the same thing in your little microcosm of your culture. It's only when culture shock sets in, when you start realizing, oh shit, there's more than one god out there. Fuck. All right, let me reconsider.
I have to say, what you've said really shifted my perspective. Like, it wasn't. Till now, I used to think about it like this. I don't believe that God existed. Like, but as you said, some people believe in God that is actually exists. They may worship the sun, okay, but then when we propose that God to theists who believe in a omni God who can do everything, they're gonna say this is the sun. This is not God. Okay, how did you know?
Right.
I can't. I really can't. My English speaking level, I cannot interact with this level of ideas, but I totally understand you.
No, yeah, think about it, dude. Think about it in your own language and stuff. You understand what I'm saying, but
Are you pro-God or anti-God? I didn't get that from all the...
There are things referred to as God that exist, and there are things referred to as God that don't exist. There's no coherent representation of both groups.
Oh, good God.
It depends on what my interlocutor means by God. Usually, in almost every single time that I can recollect, if I'm saying God exists, it's in reference to some trivial object that someone's pointing at that I can observe.
Well, but God can't be observed, no?
Well, that's your model. That's your that's what you're offering me. You're saying, hey, your name's Bad Guy. You're one individual monkey on planet Earth, and you're telling me that your version of it, it's none of those things. And that's fine. For you, that's the definition I'll use. When I'm talking to someone else, I ain't going to give a shit about your definition. I'm going to use their definition.
So by what
You're asking the wrong person that question, dude.
You said, I see it my way. How do you see it?
I'm an igtheist. I see what God is what my interlocutor tells me God is.
And
you're telling me God is some nonsense. That's what you're telling me. So God is apparently nonsense.
Did I say that, or did I ask you?
I don't know. You want to add traits? Give me some traits. Tell me what God is, man.
Stays 27 kilograms.
What are you talking about, man? I just asked you what it is.
All right, dude. I'm going to try to convey this to you one more time. I personally am not trying to tell you what God is. I'm not doing it. I'm not even trying to tell you what God is not.
So you're indifferent. You're on the fence.
No, I have many perspectives because
Christ.
I've spoken to many people. I have many ideas in my head of what God things are, but I can't identify them as gods. I'm just told they're gods.
How do you tell what a god is, Bad Guy?
A god is probably defined.
No. Like you're gonna use Iggy's example. You pull up to the warehouse. The boss says you're gonna go in and find God. So what are you looking for?
Yeah, well, let me give out the thought experiment. I have a thought experiment. It's about a warehouse. We all get a job working at a warehouse.
Okay.
Hey, if you're not going to participate, leave my room.
This is a good one though.
No, I'm sorry. It's a funny hypothetical.
Yeah, I don't need you to laugh and
engage.
shit. Yeah, I don't need that. That noise? Yeah, just stop the noise. That'd be great. So we all get a job working at a warehouse, right? We're working there, and we get a new
Man,
boss.
Relax, man.
Okay, let me relax real quick. There you go. Go fuck yourself. Now I'm relaxed.
Namaste.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just mute and unmute whenever the fuck you want, eh?
Exactly.
Typical.
You people.
What do you think the secret room is?
Hello?
To the right.
What?
No,
You think
never
so?
mind. No. Probably
right.
it's probably like between the sacrifice room and the item room.
Wow.
Left.
You sure this is the thin one?
Never mind. Well,
Weird, right?
well, the thing is, dude, you're playing a challenge.
What?
So
Oh,
you're playing a challenge. So I don't think. Yeah, I have no idea why you're doing a challenge. Like I would not do that because it doesn't really contribute to the overall. It does, but very small amount. You're not gonna find it. I'm just telling you. At most, maybe the super secret is to the left, next to the sacrifice, next to the curse room. But yeah.
getting hit by explosions heals Hasselhart? What? Dude, I'm gonna get this,
Ooh,
and then
that's
I'm
really
gonna get
good.
another item, and then
Ooh.
forget that I have immunity. That's what's gonna happen.
That's one of the best items because bombs heal you now. Like you can bomb yourself when you're gonna get healed. It's like a tier 4 item, and it's one of the best items in the game. Make sure to count how many hearts you have. You have 3, so just count how many hits you took. Make sure to bomb yourself and bomb that tinted rock. Bomb yourself. Yourself. You need the HP to come
It's a habit.
Oh, you heal from that, I think. From these these guys. I'm not wrong. I wouldn't go in rooms like this because you don't know how much you don't know how much HP you have. You're probably gonna take a lot of damage. You know how much HP you have? Because you're down
Yeah, I have
1.5
2
hearts.
HP right now.
You're gonna be down
My
1.5
1.5.
hearts. Okay. Well, make sure to bomb yourself then. Make sure to the other one is really good for you. I would use the monster manual once, and then take the anarchist book with you because it summons bombs. So it's basically like synergizes us.
Maybe on the right side here, bottom right.
Sure. Try above, mm, next to the boss room. No, not there. Next to the boss room. The slot machine.
That's
shit.
2 rooms to be adjacent to.
The slot machine room.
Oh,
Well, Don't bother with the secrets. Like you don't always have to find them. Like if you spent money and shit and you couldn't find it, yeah. Also, you probably do you see those white hearts? You should probably not take them. You have to clear the boss for them take them, so you don't lose it. Yeah, you lost that white heart, so you're not gonna get more maximum health next floor. Oh, don't take it. Yeah, don't take it. I thought you took it. You don't have the anarchist cookbook. Bomb yourself. Bomb. You're gonna die.
Every minute?
Yeah, but it's pretty slow and unreliable. It's good.
I mean, I gotta go wash some dishes. Nice. No money problems.
Oh look, more bomb synergies. If I'm not wrong, your book synergizes with your glitter bombs. You can spawn like uh, pickups when you bomb.
Blood donation machine.
I think I
Not
don't know
that
if it
I need
works with
one
your
right
active
now.
item.
But
Honestly,
rather
go to
wealthy at
that
the
big
moment.
room. Go to that big like triple, like that uncleared triple room to the bottom and use your book. It gives you 2 charges instead of 1.
What? So use the book and then go?
No, either use it here or use it on the room below so you can get 2 charges because you're not gonna get any here. Use your book to clear out the room and see if it gives you like pickups. The room below you. Not this one, but okay.
I feel like that was terrible advice. Now I can't get this guy. Of course. Teleports Isaac to the shop. Thank you. What a shop.
All right, GG. We got ourselves a chat freeloader. Is that what's going on right now?
Wow.
Wow. In a world where people didn't chat freeload.
We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the
Just take the eye. I'll take that.
You lagged out, what'd you say? Or you're all muffled. All right, Muslim, let's go. Prove it.
You guys are very passive aggressive.
No, I'm just aggressive.
Well, at least you admit it.
Regular run-of-the-mill aggressive, dude. Can you prove it?
That's what a lack of religion does.
So I take it you're a pussy? Is that what's the problem? So like aggressive people intimidate you and it just causes you to shut down? Or
Do you behave like this in real life?
Yeah. If you ask me another off-topic question that's nothing to do with the conversation, I'm just gonna remove you. Show you how aggressive I am.
You're not getting far in life, man.
So is that it? That's your that's it? We're done?
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
I'd say wow, but man, fuck.
This is part for the course, man. That's politics Muslims right there. Like 99% of them. You hear that, chat? It's like he could have just minded his own business, but it wasn't good enough for him. He needed us to know that he despised us. His life was incomplete.
So did him rolling choice.
100% chance to spawn Gabriel. Alright, I guess let's prep for Gabriel. I think I should use it when I'm fighting Gabriel. Alright, it says 50% chance to teleport to the dark room. I'm already in the dark room, right? Or is there another room? Whatever.
I just had the most disgusting dinner.
What did you eat, darling?
It was like soggy bread and like unseasoned meat and egg.
Was it testicles?
No, egg.
Egg testicles, those are gross.
Yeah.
Were they runny eggs?
No, it was a sandwich. Everything was inside the bread, and the bread was like it was retarded.
Did you complain the whole time?
No, I just ate it in silence.
Silent protest.
So when does Golden Door open?
What?
When does Golden Door open? So I got the key.
You're
I got key
not gonna be
pieces.
able to open any door. Yeah, you're not gonna open any door. You're playing a challenge run. You're never gonna get to whatever that key opens.
Lame.
So, no.
Alright, I think it's mom time.
All right, nameless. Wow. All right, Barisi.
All right, let's go, nerd. Prove it.
Say again?
Yeah, greetings, Socrates. You ready?
Greetings. Yeah, I don't know. You said something. Prove it. I didn't catch the first part.
Yeah. Does God ain't real? Proving wrong, VC. Do you believe that God exists in our reality?
Oh, is God not real? Prove it. I remember this channel. You are not of good faith in your argument style.
Are you ready to engage? Because I don't really care about the past meta.
Okay. You can mute me or ban me or kick me, whatever you want.
Yeah, why not just leave? Just do that on your own time.
Well,
No,
just
I'm just
say
gonna wait
Daddy
here.
Spank Me and we'll do it.
I'm just gonna wait here and watch and observe.
So is that you saying Daddy Spank Me?
Nope.
Okay, so what's stopping you from moving forward?
Only just my own finger.
So you came in here being bad faith.
No, I know that.
Yeah, no,
guys
you
are bad
did.
faith.
You came in poisoned the well. That's what you did.
I know that you guys are bad faith, but I'm.
No, you don't. You're bad faith. If you knew we were bad faith, you would have never come in the chat room. I wouldn't. If I knew a chat room was bad faith, I'd just let them do their thing and go mind my own business. But what are you doing? Coming here acting like a little bitch. That's what you're doing. You're crying that we exist, I guess, Socrates. You're just whining. And then you're like your intro comment was, oh, I know you guys, you're bad faith. That's bad faith right there. You're poisoning the well. How are you so fucking dumb that you don't know that that is a textbook example of poisoning the well, Socrates? Really? Like, you're dog shit. That's what you are. You come in here, call us bad faith. Well, I'm saying you're dog shit. That's what you are. You're fucking dog shit. Sorry, dog shit. I got to remember, I'm on YouTube, so I don't want to get any strikes or whatever. I apologize to all dog shit out there for comparing Socrates to this, whatever, to dog shit. Dog shit doesn't go around like forcing itself to stink on people. It's just dog shit. It's just minding its own business, Socrates. But what are you doing? You're a stinky, wet pile of shit going around making sure people smell you. That's what you're doing. Like, you're the most bad faith. Because you know what? I didn't remember you from fucking shit. We could have just started having a conversation, but you poisoned the well. You came in and said, like, immediately that there was literally no reason to take your dumb ass seriously. Because nothing we could say is ever going to get through. We're bad faith. So what's the fucking point, retard?
How about this Barassi individual? Did they got the board customers or what?
No, they're just a chat freeloader.
Yeah, you gotta open up too. And not just sit there and just, be in our side chat.
Yo, agnostic, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Do you have a definition for natural? Would you say natural is an element of the physical world? Is that a fitting definition?
Not an element, no. Not under the concept of natural. Natural would be literally everything. So not aspect.
Everything?
Yeah, well, naturalists believe that all that exists is nature. And what science would be like breaking it down into measurements and units and stuff and explaining it qualitatively and quantitatively. So it's all natural. But that's if you accept naturalism. If you believe in magic or whatever, you're probably not going to accept that.
Wait, so let's say, let's take a certain specific pattern of how do I say that? Specific pattern of like behaviors and stuff, like that you find innate, like in the world. Would you say that's natural? Like, would anything under that definition be natural?
Well, it's sort of an equivocation, because everything that occurs would be natural, but you're more getting at like the natural distinction that like a religious person would use, like for gays or something like that, where that ain't natural, right? And all they're saying is like they're not even really appealing to nature. They're just saying that offends their sensibilities. Really, is all they really mean by natural. Is that what you're doing?
Wait, can you say that again? Sorry.
So, yeah, like someone who is a naturalist would say that anything that occurs in nature is natural. But there's another context of the word nature where you're just talking about some alleged natural order of things, that things should be this way. And the way that what's ever in appeal is outside of that order. That's a different context of the usage natural.
Would you have like an example for that? Like,
yeah,
for example,
homosexuality. No, people would say that homosexuality is outside the natural order of things, And then they would cite things like reproduction. They would be like, look, you can't reproduce doing gay stuff. And it doesn't really make any logical sense, because you could say, okay, well, what is the number of babies a person should have to be within the natural order of things? You know, let's say we land on like 3.5. So you have 4 kids, chop one in half, throw out the rest, and you've done it. Right now you can have all the gay sex you want, right? Well, the person that's against gay sex is going to be like, nah. And you'd be like, okay, well, what if I have 37.8 children? Can I now have gay sex? What if I literally impregnate all of planet Venus? Can I now have gay sex, right? So they're not really using a word that conveys any real meaning. They're just appealing to their sensibilities and being like, well, what you're talking about is outside of that, so it's unnatural. Like demons would be like, I guess, another example of something unnatural. So, but that's getting into the natural versus supernatural distinction when we conflate what they're saying about outside the natural order with demons. Demons are now supernatural versus natural, right? So it's an ambiguous word if you really think about it. So I don't really know how you're using natural. If a demon,
literally gonna ask you,
if a demon popped into our plane and ejaculated an entire planet's worth of human beings and then popped out, that would be natural, according to someone who believes in naturalism, right? They would just have to be like, well, that shit was natural. It'd be the craziest natural shit they ever seen, but it's natural.
Yeah, I see. Like you basically brought up what I was like gonna talk about, like homosexuality, because I saw like someone talking about how like homosexuality is not natural, and like they took this specific definition of natural, and then they were like, oh, like we can't empirically measure this behavior in a way that is like, what was the word they used? Hold on. Being exclusive in an exclusive manner, therefore it's unnatural. That's what I'm like, and they said natural is like an element of the physical world. Then I'm like, under that definition, this type of behavior, like homosexuality, is within the realms of the physical world, because it's measurable. We can measure people with like two people being attracted to each other. So how is that not natural? You know
Well,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
because having sex with like a trans-dimensional demon hybrid is natural. It's perfectly natural.
Yeah.
So this person's just confused. They're using ambiguous language to hide their bigotry, right? They're trying to use a middle ground word like unnatural to just skirt around what it really is, like some kind of intolerance or bigotry or something like that. Because all you really got to do is ask them, details about that. It's, like that's my favorite one to ask them about, like when they say that it doesn't lead to reproduction and stuff. It's like, okay, well, what if they do reproduce? Is that, and it's only a question to highlight if that's even an issue. If there's no amount of children that you can have that they'll stop caring about gay sex, then it ain't about you not being able to breed. That's not the issue. They're just using it to hide their bigotry.
Yeah.
I mean, because dude, it would be one thing if like 6 out of every 10 like gay babies turned into like demons and started eating faces and shit. Then yeah, we should probably ban gays from making gay babies. But I mean, as far as I could tell, they turn out normal. And I've heard studies that gay babies actually do better than heterosexual babies. So, yeah, I don't know what to think about that.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I have a question. Wouldn't you say that like something like that would be map and territory fallacy? Because like they're saying, hey, this set of actions here is unnatural, but this set of actions, like the homosexual acts or the attraction or whatever, it is happening. It is a real thing happening. Like it's matter and shit. Like we are doing this. It exists. And like under like the definition of natural, like it would be like you said, like physicalist, like they would say anything that exists within the
Well,
universe. So
I
it
don't
would
know
make
if I,
it would be yeah.
I don't know if I would argue that particular kinds of sexuality exist, like homosexuality or heterosexuality. I think there's sexuality for sure. We touch our genitals on stuff. That happens. When we say like homosexuality exists, when nothing comes into being. Like if I put my penis on a female object, right? Nothing came into being. If I then remove my penis from the female object and put it on a male object, nothing comes into being, right? That you're just describing the system that's there, and we're describing that if two penises touch, that's gay. We're just saying, well, that action is gay. So the action is really what we're concerned about, not the manifestation of some object that we're saying is gay sex that exists, right? We're just describing certain behaviors as bad. And if that's the case, then we got to ask, okay, well, what is the behavior that's bad? And then there's like a whole list of things that make certain sexual behaviors bad. You got to ask, like, where is doggy style on the list, right? Like heterosexual doggy style. Right? Is that fine? Is face down ass? It is like putting your head on the back of your foot on the back of the head. Is that natural or is that not natural? Right? Is this a normal thing? Over the railing, is that natural or not? Right? We're going to start needing to get into a really comprehensive list, and they're going to have to really clarify what makes sex natural or not. I mean, and how far away does a penis have to be from a male object before it's gay? Right? Like, is it just one Planck length, or is it during van der Waal interactions? Right? Is it gravitationally bound? Like, is there a square over, the cube of a radius that by proximity, like how is it? Is it quantum superstate? Right? Is there some kind of interaction physically that transmits, the signal or whatever? Right? Like, it sounds absurd to ask these questions, but when we say something exists, we should be able to answer at least some of that shit. Something in there be a legitimate question. So, but it's not. It's just a description of behavior. People don't want people to behave in certain ways, and they don't have good reasons why not. So they use what they think is a good reason, but then when you boil it down, it's like, well, that's not really a good reason, right? Like, it's a genetic dead end, right? Okay, well, what, dude? I could literally impregnate a whole planet, right? In one ejaculation, I could get like 200 million women pregnant. So I don't think there's a real depth. Let's just say that there's that it leads to a dead end. I'm sure like 3 or 4 dudes on the planet will step up and be donors, right? At least we could probably find at least a handful of guys that'll be willing to sperm donate, right? So
pumping that shit.
Yeah, all it is it's they don't want you to do a behavior, and it's typically because they want to do the behavior they don't want you to do, and you're doing it, so it makes them jealous. So they hate you for it, right? Because they're extremely homosexual, or something like that.
Yeah, like actually, like you described it perfectly. Like they're just using language like that to hide their bigotry. Like, why don't they just come around and say, hey, don't be like, I hate homosexuals, because they're afraid of the consequences.
At least you can have the conversation then, because you're not obfuscating the conversation behind a red herring.
Right. Yeah, thank you for explaining.
But then again, to kind of try to be charitable, people, that maybe they didn't mean natural. Maybe they meant something else, but their brain was saying natural. They could have been abnormal or something, and then that just means outside the norm. So they could be using the word normal and natural, like sort of like in as equivalent statement in their brain.
Well, they said natural, and then they said natural would be an element of the physical world. That's their definition. That's what they said.
Yeah, then, yeah. But again, that's a bad definition, because saying that natural is an element is to say that there's like more to nature than natural, and that nature is just an aspect of it, just a part of it.
Well, and, the entirety of it.
Well, it's what it is. They're one and the same. It's the same thing. It's like the clay is the pottery. There's no difference. So, I mean, if you pay attention to theists and how they ask questions, you could tell how differently they think. Like the question, if you don't believe in God, then how do you moral?
Yeah, that's a trick.
Yeah, it's like I moral in the exact same way as anybody else morals. No, we don't moral differently. Like we don't digest food differently. Right? We don't walk differently. I mean, we all have our gait, but we all put one leg in front of the other, and each leg bears our weight. Right? That's the game. But you know, you got people that think that that Christianity is like I don't know if it'll land because it's kind of older, but in Star Trek, the one, you know, where Data gets his emotion chip, you know, now all of a sudden he can think emotions and stuff, and you know, there's a problem with it at first or whatever. I think that everybody survived or whatever, but you know, theists sort of act like that Christianity is sort of an emotion chip upgrade, and you know, it gets plugged into you when you're a kid, I guess, and if you don't have that Christianity emotion chip, well, you can't observe behavior and reach the conclusion if you like it or not. That you won't have any justification if you look at, like, say you see like a fight take place and you don't want to, you think the fight is bad, that you won't have any justification to think that the fight is bad because you don't have the Christianity upgrade chip or the Islam upgrade chip. It's like, no, bro, listen. You don't have an upgrade chip. There are no upgrade. Like the human brain comes default, right? It comes default. That's standard. That's standard shit. That's in the base model, right? So the question is just kind of really dumb. It assumes that you need a philosophy in order to have a morality, and you need the moral capacity to have a philosophy. If you don't have the moral capacity to determine if you like or dislike something, then you could be presented with a philosophy and it's not going to matter because you can't evaluate the philosophy and determine if you like it or not. So your ability to determine whether you like it or not is an inherent function of your brain. But they ask the question like it's an upgrade. If you don't have the moral chip version 3.9, how are you even moraling, dude? Like, what are you doing? Like they want to look at your brain and find out how your brain is doing the moral stuff, even though you don't have the chip plugged in. So it's like the lesson plan on morality in our culture is teaching us that morality is this thing that you come to get when you get a particular way of thinking. Because that's what these guys are coming at me at, you know, with. It's like literally a question. I'm sure everybody that hears that knows that they've heard that question before. And that's why I always say, it's like, if you're not a Christian, then how do you digest food? Sounds nonsensical to you, then how do you moral? Should be, you know, how do you morality? Should be the same thing. It's a brain function. What do you mean? We're all doing it. You're doing it, right? You better be doing it. I hope you're fucking doing it. You look like a human. I'm assuming you're doing it, right? Like, what do you do at that point? What if you're looking at a human being, you can't tell if that thing's moraling or not? Like, I'd be fucking creeped the fuck out, dude. Especially if it had weapons. Imagine a human being standing in front of you with a weapon on its side, and you can't tell if that thing can tell between right and wrong. It's terrifying.
Yeah, that's definitely terrifying.
But yeah, I give myself that false sense of security that since the thing is a human, that it's just doing that. It's moraling. It's like, if I was to go up and say hi, it's not going to pull out its gun and shoot me, right? It's going to be like, oh, hey, how's it going? Would you like to shoot my gun? Or like, it's happened before, you know, gun range. So, you know, there's that assumption that we're not actually all psychopaths, ready to kill people at a whim, just wanting to rape. But damn it, we have this upgrade chip. If this upgrade chip of Christianity falls out, oh yeah, I'd be, you know, worse than Stalin. It's like, yeah, okay, dude.
That is kind of how they act about it.
They do. They act like literally the only reason they're not committing mass scale genocide and, you know, killed 2 billion people is because they got their Christian upgrade chip. It's like, dude, it's like, I bet if a person like you that thinks that way had all that power, yeah, you would do it. Right? Your emotion chip's on, working fine. You're crazy, right? That's what would happen. Because I mean, that's these people are worshiping a thing like that, thing that could just fucking do crazy psychotic shit, and it does it. A lot of them even believe it does crazy psychotic shit. Be like, yeah, you see that crazy psycho over there that just killed that baby? And I'd be like, yeah. And it'd be like, that thing loves you. I'm like, yeah. Like, that's crazy love right there.
That's some that's some crazy shit.
Yeah, dude, imagine just like waking up, checking a mail, and you're getting like love letters from Adolf Hitler. He's like, I'm watching everything you do. Everything. You know?
All of it. I seen how you didn't open the door for that lady.
That poop you took, you're not eating enough fiber.
I just told that to my dog.
Yeah, see? And we have that. See, it's in our, that's where it comes from. It comes from, it's there. We just kind of blind ourselves to it. You know, we do it with dogs. Like it's how you see if your dog's healthy. It's like one of the ways to see if your dog's healthy is poop.
Yeah, and if there's stuff in his poop and he's not digesting his stuff, or if it's dry and like coming out in little lumpies, it means he's dehydrated. Like the fucking goddamn shit.
You know, how would you like that though? Like, if you just had to spread your cheeks every now and again for like the people that cared about you to make sure that you were pooping, right, dude? It'd just be like such an invasion of your privacy, you know?
Well, yeah, like you were saying, how do they moral? Well, without their book of moraling, how did they take a shit? Well, they had to put that in the book, obviously.
Well, and we know that the Yahweh monster of the Bible book has a human fecal fetish, or at least, an animal fetish where he likes to smear poop on people's faces. So
yeah, like that. Like what the fuck?
That Malachi, dude.
You know what's really funny is right now we're having that Pennsylvania shit show from the parasite, and so like all I can think of is the animal feces everywhere. That's fucked.
Yeah, and there a parasite going around making people shit themselves.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. The paraphysis. I can't say that scientific shit, but it's a shit show is basically what they're calling it, and it can be up to 4 weeks of explosive diarrhea. So like explosive. I don't know what that would entail. I don't think I've ever had that.
Wow. Cryptosporidium, is that it, or is it something different?
Yeah, the cryptosporosis, sporidium. So it's not the first time you ingest it you get the parasite. It's when you re-ingest it. So the only way you can get an active infection is if you're eating the parasite that was already shit out of a fucking human.
Wait, so Pennsylvanians eat their own poop?
That they're eating somebody's poop.
Wow. Wow. Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it might not be their own, but they're eating someone's poop because the parasite has to make 2 cycles through the digestive tract before it can infect.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fucked, ain't it? Like you know that those people are eating shit, and
Yeah,
the town that it started in is a very very highly Jewishly populated town. Just to go figure.
Wow. I wonder if there's any correlation.
I wonder if nasty people equal nasty people. Like I think that kind of follows, because it's not just just people being nasty is what I'm chalking this up.
No, it's the like how they slaughter animals and shit like that, dude. The halal shit.
Yeah, I didn't think about that either. Like now that just adds a whole nother level of that shit.
Did I say halal? That's Islamic. It's what is it in Jewish culture?
Isn't it ball?
Kosher.
Kosher, not ball. Ball's the statue thingy. I'm confused. But yeah, so it started in a predominantly Jewish town, and I only know that from the census data, not because I'm racist and looking for that, or prejudiced and looking for that. Oh man, on a totally opposite conversation, they upped my dog's dose of medication, and he's like 100% better now with his allergies.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I've fought that vet over and over, and she's like, he can't take more than that. And I'm like, dude, I'm like reading these research papers that he could take twice that. And I'm like, he has active like inflammation from mosquito bites and things like that. So it's like, obviously it's not doing its job. So I got this allergy shot for him. That didn't help. So I wasted all that money. And I'm like, look, you need to up his dose or I'm going to go to another vet. Like, I'm literally going to go to another vet that will up his dose. So they upped his dose, and it's after the first week, his paws are no longer swollen at all. So he doesn't have to wear those stupid boots anymore. No,
Yeah, it'd be nice to see him, like, keep recovering and stuff.
Yeah, it's he has a histamine problem, so he also has a mast cell from the histamine problem. So it's a skin condition that's from birth. So like he's an inside dog. So like even the short time outside, like he has to get his feet washed and he has to go through a process. But like I said, I took the responsibility of this fucker, and he's gonna live. He's gonna live. He is an awfully pretty boy, though. Stinky. What are you sniffing? Uh-oh. I'm out of bags. You gotta wait.
I think all the nerds have been defeated.
On which platform?
All of them.
Damn it.
Don't worry, there'll be more. We'll destroy those too.
I feel like we are coming to a plateau of retardation. And I think it's gonna go downhill from here, not up. Like I think the late 90s was peak, and then something happened with 9/11 that shifted the course of our direction.
What the hell even causes internet to wiggle like that? All right, Bobble. Bobble, what's going on here? Why are you? What's going on with the side chat? VC.
Yeah, Bible. There's a voice chat room. You have to are you gonna have to participate, or else gonna have to boot you off?
Couldn't prove it. Well. Auto cucked. Fucking initiate.
Is that a ringtone?
Who's hot micing?
Yep, my bad.
Not real, prove me wrong. I can prove you wrong.
Do it, you won't.
You know God exists. So, you make the assertion that you don't know God exists.
I make the assertion that you can't prove it.
And when you say I can't prove it, how do you know that?
Because you're not proving it.
Me not proving it doesn't mean I can't.
Yeah, it is. It's an exemplar.
What? No, that has no relation.
It's an exemplar.
I can have the ability to walk to school. That
You know what an exemplar is?
You know that doesn't mean.
Can we not talk past each other?
Is gonna entail.
Can we not talk past each other? Can we not? I could
So
just
that's
mute you
just-
out of the conversation if
That's
the
a
answer is
blunder.
no.
That's a blunder. You blundered.
So the question that I'm asking is, do you know what an exemplar is?
Yeah, so exemplar is going to be some sort of existential qualification whenever you talk about have talks about, I guess, within the domain, specifically about epistemology, right? So we're going to talk about things.
The question is, do you know what an exemplar is?
Oh, so you're just not going to let me talk? Gotcha.
Yeah, if you answer what an exemplar is, yeah, you could talk.
It's within the mystic, I guess
Just use your words. Calm down. Use your words. Say them properly. What's an exemplar?
Listen, when we talk about definitions, we have to.
No, the question is, what is an exemplar?
I'm trying to answer. So within the definition right there that you just referred to, right? It's gonna have baked inside of it's gonna have.
No, I don't care what it's gonna have. I'm asking you, what is an exemplar?
Oh, this guy's retarded, bro. Holy shit. So I've tried to explain it multiple times.
Can you try harder?
Okay, so you want me to break it down since you're retarded? I'm gonna break it down.
Yeah, do that.
Unnecessary words. It's not retarded. You're bad at.
Yeah, I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break it down. So listen, okay.
It's a blunder on your part. It's a communication issue.
Shut the fuck up, nigga.
Hey, we're not going to be racist. Yeah, we're not going to be racist. We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is calm down. I know it's hard because you're a debate bro. And you're a little bit off script. Now, get used to it because I'm going to keep doing it. What is an exemplar?
So within supervenience, right, we're going to have pedantism, right? And that pedantism is going to talk about Hasadie.
Wait, hold on. Let's use English.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you one more opportunity to verbally state what an exemplar is. Then I'm going to moderate you again. Just do this again. And then I'm going to need you to post the definition in side chat, I'm probably going to give you like 1 or 2 opportunities there, and then I'll just ban you. So it'll be entirely up to you. Don't blunder, right? Just go ahead and let us all know what an exemplar is.
Son, I've already tried to explain it 5 times. Like, it's not my problem that you can't understand what I'm saying.
It is your problem.
So since you're so dumb and you don't know, and you obviously lack the ability to look it up, I'll help you out. It's an example of something. It's a given or chosen stated example of something, right? So I'm saying your inability to start proving it is an exemplar that you can't prove it. And because I'm saying it's an exemplar, all I got to do is wait for you to change the status. But I'm going to be right till you change the status. So no matter how long this goes out, I don't care, because the whole time you don't prove it is an example of you not proving it, which is evidence that you can't prove it. Now you'll have to demonstrate evidence that you can prove it, which will be something other than what you're doing right now, which is looking like an abject moron. I hope we're clear.
Yeah, we're clear that you just blundered and now you're like trying to do a burden shift, right? So this is going to be a bad look for you, right? So you made the claim that specifically, right? You told me that simply.
What I said is the reason that I don't believe that you can prove it is because you can't prove it, and that exemplar was you not proving it. That's where we're at.
Yeah, me not proving it is not going to be an example.
It's an exemplar. Yeah, it's definitely an exemplar. And what you just did right there was a continuance of that exemplar. It's an unbroken chain of exemplars of you not proving it. And that's all the evidence I need that you can't prove it. Like, I'm not a future teller. I'm willing to be wrong about that as being true. But until you change the status, it is true. That's the problem. That's your blunder. Is that it's true right now. It'll be true when I unmute you. And it'll only change when you start proving it. And then I'll just admit that I'm wrong. I'll be like, yeah, he's proven it. And then I'll go, I'm wrong. But right now I'm right. And that's your blunder.
Yeah, so obviously you're an incompetent freak. So I just give the argument for God. So P1 is just going to be, there's just some C, right?
P1, you're a moron. Right? P2, you can't unmute yourself. P3, someone who wasn't a moron could unmute themselves. Conclusion, what do I want to say, Mike? Your mom's fat.
Yeah, what's the inference rule for that argument?
That your mom's fat. It's a prior.
What? That's the conclusion. That's not the. That's not
yeah,
the
but no, it's a prior.
For sure. What? That's the blender right there. So
yeah.
Obviously.
It works like this. I say your mom's fat, and you're like, give me an argument for your mom being fat. So I give you the argument where your mom's fat, which the conclusion is that your mom is fat. So it's nothing wrong with that. We start with that your mom is fat, and just because the argument concludes that your mom's fat doesn't mean there's some problem with the argument. It just means that I was right that your mom's fat.
Is it going to be, first off, it's going to be invalid, the argument that you just gave previously?
No, it's perfectly valid. It's modus Chubbins. You ever heard of modus Chubbins? That's what it is. I'm using modus Chubbins. I'm sorry you didn't know that. It's some blunder on your part. It's because you're a debate bro and a moron. You can leave now. It's just boring. I'm only entertained when there's something worth learning. I'll be back in a bit. Wow.
What are you saying, man? Just random wows.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's what I thought, bitch.
You win again.
Dude, what the fuck?
Happy birthday?
Dude, YouTube AI is, like, creepy.
Oh, yeah? What's it doing to you?
I'm just clicking on shit trying to get used to the creator format, and I went in to create a video clip on one of the videos, and it loaded a whole transcript of it. It has it broke, dude, like, look, critique of biblical claims in magic. You click on it, and it's the whole transcript of what we were talking about. The rule, the rule of magic and evidence, circular reasoning in scripture, zombies and historical narrative, the persistence of childhood gaslighting. What? Wow. Ontology versus epistemology deep dive. Like, it has all these categories and then subcategories. It's crazy. It's like Dude, LLMs are getting spooky.
It is, man. Like some of the conversations I've had, they're fucked.
Hey, I could prove you wrong, buddy. I could prove you wrong.
Do it. You won't.
All right, so I just give the premise, right? So the premise is gonna be there's gonna be some existential predicate in relation to the predicate Z, the C, right? And C is just gonna be any like variable. That's gonna be a consistent variable. It's gonna be constant, right? It's not gonna be a moving variable.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that here.
Yeah, it's just annoying, man. It's not entertaining. Like, go practice in the mirror, man. That's really what you should do. Just practice in the mirror.
Probably needs less big words.
It's people like that that force me to smoke cannabis, dude. I would have quit smoking weed years ago. I'm literally risking schizophrenia right now, dude. That's how bad it is.
Sitting on a beach with a guitar and a bonfire, instead you're fucking smoking cannabis. See, that's what these people do to you.
I didn't want to be like this, dude. There was a time I used to play with Hot Wheels and dig holes in the yard and shit.
Yeah, and had wonder for the world, not vitriol for it, right?
Yep, I learned after the second time I was kidnapped that this place was fucked up, man.
What?
Hey Mogi. Hey Mogi. Mogwai.
Is this guy proving it?
Hey Mogi. Do you have your like evidence of God yet?
Hey, Mr. Masturbation, can you prove the God thing?
Who are you talking to? No one's named that.
You, Mr. Goon.
I'm not here to prove that. Mogi said he had evidence of God, so I've just been waiting for it. Maybe if you got out of your car, you could like read names.
Your name is Mr. Goon. That means masturbation.
That is not what that means.
That's exactly what that means. I have wiki.
No. Okay, then use your wiki while you're driving and type in GUNE.
Wait, I'm riding. I'm not driving. There's a difference.
So you're doing the worst of the two. Got it.
Yeah, I'm letting my car drive for me, so like I don't have to drive.
Okay, so anyways, use your wiki while you're driving.
Okay.
And look up GUNE.
So gooning is another word for masturbation. There it is, right there.
So
God damn.
how did you spell it?
GUNE.
That is not true. I'm sorry, you're retarded.
I mean, I'm reading this article right here. Professors
Yeah, I just
learn how to goon like a goon.
yeah,
There you go.
yeah. Because when I type in goon, it does not show up anything. Like there's someone on Spotify. There's Don
which artist?
Bluth.
Wait, which goon artist is Spotify?
Let's see. We have YouTube. We got the
Is there like
Greek
a goon-
lexicon.
Is there like a Goonies master?
See, I feel like you're just a little slow. It's okay though.
Well, I mean, I never said I
You're a
wasn't.
little court jester.
I'm just trying to understand.
You're a little,
like,
you're a
why
little court jester. It's okay. Anyways, I'm here for Magi because he said he had evidence of God.
Yeah, but I don't care why you're here. I care that you're not engaging with me and proving
Okay,
that
I know,
you're God.
I know, because you're a little court jester. Why would I engage with you?
Well, because we're supposed to get married.
Yeah, is that how you feel?
Yeah, I mean, you're smart.
Maybe
I'm
if you
dumb.
bought a better mic.
We could be the dynamic duo, dude. Like you could be the smart one.
Yeah,
I
but
could
like,
be
what if you bought a better mic instead of trying to get married? You ever thought about that one, Chief?
No, I'd rather have a shitty mic.
Yeah, but Mogi's an atheist, man. So I don't understand why you would think that he's got evidence for God.
Because he told me he had evidence for God.
No, he didn't.
And because he did. That was our last conversation.
He's an atheist.
Well, he was saying otherwise not even a week ago.
Bro, I've listened to Mogi for like months now. He's an atheist.
Okay. Well, maybe he's lying to one of us.
No, you're just a moron, I guess.
Yeah, he's
How
such
am I
an
a
atheist
moron?
that he'll deny the sun's existence to prove there's no gods. Like, you understand? Like, that's how much of an atheist he is.
Okay, so I either see, so he's lying to one of us, and he was getting very heated. Like I told him to post links.
Making shit up, dude. Like you're making shit up.
I'm not. It's okay. I'm not.
Okay, so provide evidence of Mogi telling you that he can prove God exists.
Provide evidence.
Yeah, Mogi has meta-olfactory trialism, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's atheism.
I mean, you can say what you want, but last time I was in here, he was saying that he proved God, and I asked him to prove it, and
Nope.
Well,
he said he would.
Nope.
So I'm just coming back here for the content.
I'm telling you, dude, like, could you just, like, quit it? This is getting lame.
Quit what?
You just keep falling back on this weird false assertion.
Yeah, we want
Mogi
you to, like-
is an atheist. He's an atheist. You're wrong.
Okay, so why are you speaking for him?
Because you
I
won't
haven't
shut
heard-
up about him.
Yeah, but I'm not here to talk to you.
Okay, then fuck off, dude.
Yeah, there's a disconnect button. Use executive function.
Fucking weirdo.
Like, how much, like, it's just crazy. How you this dumb? Like, what's wrong with you? At least my excuse is, like, I'm minding my own business right here.
Wait, didn't we have a conversation about the people just getting dumber and dumber? Like it's getting out of control.
It's like idiocracy, man. We already got the president.
That was a what do they call that? That wasn't a movie. That was a prediction.
That was a prophecy.
Prophecy. That's the word. I couldn't think of that word. Only got about 6 more hours to drive.
You going south?
North. I'm as far south as I can go. I gotta go north to get to where I gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we grabbed the box of keepsakes, but we gotta go back and I gotta secure like the power station and some of the other stuff that they haven't stolen yet. So I'm gonna put it in storage so they can't steal it. I have a feeling they're not done taking shit. So
It'd be cool if you could set up a robot, like an autonomous defense robot that like would alert you, and then you could give the shoot commands and shit, so you could be like remote operated.
I have a brand new 5G turret camera. It doesn't shoot weapons, but it shoots photos and has like a 32 megapixel camera with like a 32x zoom, like a monofocal zoom, so it's super good. So I'll be able to see who's doing it.
Dude, they should just like shoot you with like a little virus, man, that makes you sick and you gotta go to the hospital. Just like you just uncontrollably shit yourself, dude.
For months.
Until you go in, you gotta get the reversal agent, dude.
Dude, I do not like thieves or liars. Dude, it's just, I don't do it. Like, I don't participate in that activity, so, like, it's so fucking aggravating.
Take the cop's gun away, give him the fucking shit darts.
No one will commit crimes after that, dude. I swear to God. Dude, Miss Lost is so butthurt because she's got to stay home because she's got to work.
Damn.
I mean, I'd rather both of us go because it's easier for 2 people to do shit, but damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody's got to hold down fort.
My children would probably burn the house down, so I'm not leaving them home by themselves. Or they'd have a party.
So, is next round gonna have cameras?
Oh, the camera's already in place.
So you watched it go down a little bit.
No,
Silhouettes.
so what happened was the Wednesday before the 4th of July, there was a bad storm and like the whole neighborhood's internet was out. And then that Monday after the 4th, my neighbor came over and said he got robbed and I got robbed and some other people got robbed. So they knew the internet was down. And then
Like the street loot. Okay.
yeah, and they stole my camera equipment. Like they stole the DVR box. They found it where I hid it, and I hid it really good, but they still found it, and it was wireless and everything. So I'm like, fuck. But yeah, they got the box, so I didn't have any evidence. But my neighbors do, so we know what kind of truck it was. All right, Jeff, you're up. Let's go prove it.
What? Dude, I was hoping to hear other people try to prove it. The fuck?
Wow.
Wow, we don't like your kind around here, bro.
What? I mean, I could also disprove it, but I'm sure you guys are game to do that. You were here first.
Sorry, go ahead, Eve.
No, you said you can disprove it and prove it. So
Wait,
what is
are
it?
you saying
No,
you're
no.
disproving proving it?
Oh, jeez. No. Restart. I'm an atheist. What do you want from me?
So you're saying you can't prove it?
I can't prove that a god is real?
Yeah.
Of course not.
Then we win. Get wrecked, nerd.
Absolutely fucking dominated, Jeff. What the fuck?
True, you did dominate me right there.
Well, I mean, you immediately conceded.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't have to
Okay.
be all long and drawn out. It could be simple like that.
True.
The question is, why can't you prove it, though?
Why can't you prove that God is real?
Well, that a God is real, yeah.
Because it's in the form that people typically present it, it's typically unfalsifiable. That's one thing.
What do you mean? What do you mean typically?
Well, I mean,
Are you saying there are times otherwise?
You know, I didn't want to say I didn't want to like concretely like say there are. I haven't encountered a time where it's not an unfalsifiable claim.
Wait, you've
at
never
some
heard of a
level.
God that exists?
No, I have not. No.
What about the sun? You've heard that thing's a God, right?
I mean, I guess if you equate the sun to a deity.
Well, I
that
don't, but thousands of people did and do.
That's true, right? That's across the world.
So it's not like I'm using it for my purposes, but I didn't make it up.
Yeah, I mean, but that would it would just be like kind of redefining what the word God means.
No, they're not redefining it. Every time you ask them what God is, they point at the sun, like from the beginning to the end. Like they're not redefining anything. Like your name's Jeff, right? I know it, Jeff. How? Like what age group are you? 20s, 30s, 40s?
Late 20s. I'm 29.
Yeah, he was Jeff like almost 3 times longer than you've been. Well, 2 times longer than you've been on a planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Did we redefine Jeff when you were got your name?
Well, I guess I meant in some interpretations, but in that case, I guess I would tell them what the sun.
Yeah, then it would just be like, yeah, that's what I meant. That's God.
Right. So like fusion and
yeah, all that.
Electrostatic
Yeah.
equilibrium. And
you heard of naturalistic pantheist, right?
Everything is God, kind of a thing.
Yeah, reality is God. Yeah, but it's natural.
I mean, yeah, I would maybe like idealism can be sort of a form of that. I'm pretty familiar.
Well, I mean that's getting into like crazy shit, but I'm just saying this is just people seem to have the freedom to pick whatever they want, and then call it a God.
Yeah, I mean, I like to explore that intellectually. I mean, there are some philosophies where you can make some pretty minimal assumptions, and
I mean, how could you when it's based on that kind of level?
Yeah, you just pick your favorite thing.
Oh yeah, if it's like pick your favorite thing, then
that's what everybody's doing. Is there a different standard?
There are people that. Is there like some gods that are gods and other gods that aren't gods? Is that something you have knowledge of?
Yeah, Jeff, because I would say a god is a god because a monkey's pointing at it, calling it a god, not because it's a property of the thing. It's a property of the monkey that has a proclivity to go around thinking that things are gods.
That's a good way to see it. Thank you. I mean,
right. And so if that's the standard, then I think it is the case that you could prove the existence of a God thing. You just pick your favorite thing and call it God. You'd be doing what the naturalistic pantheists are doing and what the Pope is doing, right? When the Pope points at Jesus and calls him God, that comes with the same credence when a naturalistic pantheist points at anything and calls that part of God. It's the same credibility.
Right.
So it's not actually the case that you can't.
There could be all sorts of, sophist. I mean, but there's scholarship that has aligning the sort of Platonist or Platonist conception of a Trinity with what's in the Bible and saying that those two things correspond. The philosophy has all sorts of rational underpinning. Of course, they have to initially, but it does have this sort of scaffolding. Obviously, the foundation is bullshit, but like the scaffolding makes it different. I mean, I guess at its core, you're right. The guy who's, I guess, I see your point.
Right. So it's not the case that you can't prove a God. It's that it's a trivial task, and it's just not something you would want to do. Kind of like asking you if you could shit your pants. This is just me asking you, can you cognitively shit your pants?
Yeah.
But see, the problem of saying that no, you can't cognitively shit your pants entails the same problem as you saying no, you can't shit your pants. It's like, well, actually, you can do it, right? That is a thing you can do. And when you go around acting like it's something you can't do, it's like, well, what's wrong with you? Why can't you? I mean, because there are people that can't shit their pants. Their butts don't work no more. And so, yeah, there are people that can't think, they can't imagine. And maybe that's the case. Maybe that's why you can't prove the existence of a God thing, because you just can't perform a trivial task. But I'm being fair. I think it is the case that you can. You've just been gaslit by society to think that it's harder to do that than it really is. Super trivial task. It's like, can you make up your own favorite imaginary character? Can you do that? Well, yeah. But if I say it that way, that's condescending.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not proving anything, right? I mean, they make some ontological claims like this thing is real and it acts in the world.
Well, you're proving it exists. You don't really have to describe it at all. You could just show it. You can, that's what I'm saying. You could literally just point at something and call it God, and you're done.
Right.
Now the Pope can try that, but he's only pointing at something conceptual. He's not actually pointing at a thing. So the task of whether it exists or not, that's all we're focused. That's atheism versus theism, is whether God exists or not whether it's awesome or not awesome or tall or skinny, right? It's not. It's about whether it exists or not. And all I know is that some gods exist and some gods don't exist. I just don't know what makes them gods, other than we're calling them gods. But there's no category. And if there's no category, then theism and atheism are just incoherent.
I guess because the thing in itself is abstract. We what we can do is be like, it's definitely not this one because observe in the world contradicts this one, like the claims that.
All right, can I make an argument? Okay, I want to bring something up. All right, this is very important. I think. Okay, I know the whole argument of this chat room is God ain't real. Okay? What?
Come on.
What?
Sorry.
I can't hear this guy. With that being said, I've did some extensive research the past 2 weeks, okay? I'm Jewish, so I was literally questioning my own faith. And by the way, I just got to say, as a Yemenite Jew who is considered to be like the most authentic real one, Jesus was probably onto something. I'll just put it like that. Okay, I'll just put it like that. Doesn't mean I'm falling into Christianity. I think all the religions are wrong. I think they're all right at the same time. But there's something going.
Does this have to do with existing in reality?
This is, yes, very much so. Very much so.
So what? Do you believe it's a magical Jew or something?
So then, could you demonstrate Jesus?
Could I demonstrate Jesus? What do you mean?
Yeah, demonstrate the magical Jew.
Well, demonstrate Jesus to be real, and then we can discuss whether he's onto something or anything.
I'm not talking about if he was real or not. I'm talking about the story.
Well, we don't care about the story.
Wait, then you
dude.
just lied to me, then, right?
Well, I'm just saying, if you literally think
wait, no,
that
you
most
just lied
people
to me.
see- How am I lying to you?
I just asked you if this had to do with a God existing in reality.
Oh, a God. Okay, but that's not Jesus.
Right. So then we're not
Yeah, I can
interested.
explain it to you. You want me to explain it to you? Oh, you want to know?
No, we don't want you to explain anything. Go
Yeah,
away.
this isn't Bible study, dude.
I'm just saying God has no name.
No, go away. Don't say anything.
Wow.
Wow. Wow is right. Man, I hope Best Buy has my headset.
You didn't like call ahead or whatever?
It says they're in stock.
In like 1990?
69.
Or better yet, you could have ordered that shit from Amazon and have it at your house tomorrow morning.
Wait, what happened?
I don't know. Oh shit. I think I'm about to witness a bum fight.
Oh shit.
You said bum?
Yeah. 3 of them are getting scrappy. Okay, it stopped. Maybe in a turf war.
It'd be happening out on the streets, man.
You know, for your live streams, you need to make some sort of, intro, like cut, and part of it's got to be the Bill O'Reilly, fuck it, I'll do it live.
Still got to set up scenes and shit.
Oh yeah, there's a lot to do. Like I'm imagining in my head like some sort of like music and some some fucking cut scenes or still pictures, and then at the very end, fuck it, I'll do it live, and then it cuts to just you being live. I wonder if that's copywritten.
Isn't he dead? It was Bill O'Reilly, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably owns that shit.
Although if it's on YouTube, can it be copywritten? I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I feel Like
Yeah, I
it's
don't
like
know.
based on the number of seconds. Like
It's getting all AI now. That transcript it printed out of one of my videos was just creepy. It had it all broken
Was it
down.
accurate?
Yeah, dude. Look, hold on. Let me pull it back up so you see what I'm saying. It's crazy. It's like when I go onto this thing where I can create a clip of a video I have that it's in the studio. It's gonna take a second, but it's hard to explain. Like it like goes in and brings in like categories and subcategories and it has. All right, here we go. Wait, hold on. The outline failed. Try. All right, here we go. Maybe this video won't crash. Yeah. All right, here we go. Like he gives a video outline. Look at it, and you can go straight to it. Like you click on it, it'll take you to the timestamp, and then it's at the transcript that's like right next to it. And the transcript's pretty good. But the hard problem of digestion, inculcation, and cognitive vapor lock. It's hilarious. All right, illiterate. Let's go, nerd. Prove it.
I'm not religious.
So you're saying you can't prove it?
What?
So you're saying you can't prove it?
I can't prove it.
Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, then I win. Get wrecked, nerd.
Absolutely fucking dominated, dude. What the fuck?
No, what's wrong with you? Why can't you prove it?
Because you're right. That's why.
What do you mean?
You're just too correct. I don't fucking know what we're doing here.
I'm trying to get you to think, dude.
About what?
Why you can't prove it?
Because I don't need to prove it.
And
there's nothing to prove.
You don't need to like do jumping jacks, but if I said could you, you'd probably say yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
So why can't you do a trivial task like prove the existence of a God thing?
Well, how can I prove something that isn't real?
Well, you can't. I'm not asking you to do that, though.
You are.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you to prove a God thing.
Exactly. A non-real thing.
Well, yeah, dude, if you define God as a non-real thing, you wouldn't be able to prove him. But why are you doing that? Why don't you define God as a real thing?
What? It is real. What?
Yeah, just define God as something that's real.
Damn, never thought about that.
Why not? Why didn't you think that that's like equally valid?
Damn. So true.
Is that not true?
No, you're just too true.
No, seriously, is it not true?
It's the truest.
That's what everybody seems to be doing, right? Just picking their favorite thing and calling it God?
Sure.
Are you throwing like some weird temper tantrum?
I don't know what we're on about. To be so real.
Yeah,
I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, you got to think, man. If you were thinking, right, you would know where you're at. But like what's going on? Are you on meth or something? What's up, man?
No, I think you are. You're pretty hyper.
Dude, if you don't want to have the conversation, you could leave, man.
I'm just looking for rooms.
Okay, can you look somewhere else? Stop making noise in mine?
Okay, bye-bye.
Hello?
Did you say something? Or are you just hot micing?
Sergeant Hartman, your senior drill instructor. Come on, your
Gus, go somewhere else, please.
Like you're not welcome here.
Are you a Peter Puffer?
Just my own. I only suck my own dick. Why, Gus? You into that kind of shit?
Bullshit. I bet you could suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Yeah, he's into it. He's into it. Why would he ask that if he wasn't into it, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Dude, these headphones are so nice. Oh my god. I feel like a brand new person.
Yeah, do they have good quality?
Oh my god, that sounded so weird. Is that called one of those 1-900 numbers? Gus sucks dick? Is that what number I called? No, it's not, dude. It doesn't matter how big it is. If you can suck your own dick, you can obviously fold yourself in half. Like, I obviously have, like, a connective tissue disorder. Like, come on, science this thing, man.
And it depends on what you mean by reach. If you mean all of it, yeah, it's hard to reach.
Yeah, it's hard to get it all in my mouth. That's the problem. Like, why are you into this kind of stuff, Gus? Is like, did something happen to you? Something must have happened to Gus when he was experiencing the internet. Damn, do I want to take the toll road or should I take the slow road? Which one? Let's see if Gus can stop being a sexual deviant. Which way should I go, Gus? Should I take the toll road or the slow road? Oh, he must have a penis in his mouth. But I'll be back in a minute. Go put gas.
All right. Hello?
Prove it.
All right. So I'll prove it right now. So, gay sex sends you to hell, but there's all these gay guys, so I mean, I guess that proves that there's no God. There you go. I mean, if they knew, why would they do it?
Yo, what's good?
Hello? Hello?
Prove it. Are you going to prove it?
Give me one second.
B2, you're up. Let's go. Prove it.
Howdy. Hello. Hey. All right.
Sorry, you said words?
Oh, words. Yeah. Hey.
Greetings.
Hey. How you doing?
Well enough. Do you believe a God exists in reality?
What was the second part?
Do you believe a God exists in reality?
In reality. I suppose that's loaded, sure.
All right, can you demonstrate said God?
I suppose I can't.
All right, we accept your concession. You lose, we win. Get wrecked, nerd. Now, why do you
that's
believe
fine.
in something you cannot demonstrate?
Oh, I don't know. I just kind of feel it. I can't do that. I can't just like feel it.
No, it's just like you feel
You
it
ever,
like the
feel
same way
something?
the victim of a con artist feels it.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, but what do we do when, like, I feel like you're full of shit, dude? Like, how do we, like, get past
full
that?
of shit?
I'm just
Yeah, but
saying, hypothetically.
What's the difference? Like,
Who's full of shit though?
It's a hypothetical, man.
Yeah, but it's not me.
You're not
It ain't
understanding.
me.
You're not getting it. Are you just going to be insulted instead of, like, digesting the information and then responding to it?
Insulted?
Yeah.
Am I just going to be insulted?
Or are you going to answer?
What the future of this conversation will be? I'm just saying.
Okay, so you're saying you got a
feeling.
feeling, and I'm saying, what if
Yeah.
somebody else has a feeling that you're full of shit? What do we do then?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the result of that is. That happens all the time, So it's like opposing feelings, opposing like.
Right, so you can see how it's a
intuitive
dog
thoughts.
shit methodology.
Sure, but it's not like I'm like a devout religious individual.
No, just as long as you recognize that your methodology is dog shit. That's all I care about.
What's your methodology?
It's not that.
Yeah, but what is it?
Not vibes.
Yours is on vibes?
Not vibes. That's all I'm giving you. You're not worth the time. You didn't give us shit, dude.
What do you mean give you shit?
Yeah, you just gave us vibes.
No, you just seem like a mean kind of guy.
Because you're an idiot.
Oh, please.
You're an idiot. Like, what do you want me to do? I don't like idiots. I think you're an idiot. I have a feeling that you're an
that's
idiot.
fine. You're just probably,
Yeah, the
little,
vibes
like,
are telling me that you're an idiot. So what do we do? How do we rectify this? Do we just go off vibes?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, if that like supports your belief.
Well, let's
like,
logic our way
throughout
out of
the
this,
thing-
man.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying if it supports, your belief throughout, then it is what it is.
Blah, 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 blah. That's all I'm hearing, dude.
and you're accepting it?
Who?
You're just accepting his conclusion that you're an idiot then? That's what you're
Yeah,
saying?
but it's just one guy's opinion, some random I don't know, it seems
Right,
like,
there you go. That's the
you're
problem
not
of vibe.
Wait, you're not accepting it?
No, I suppose I'm neutral to it. It's just a random guy's opinion.
Right.
Yeah,
You don't
but
gotta accept my feeling.
wait, but where are you on the matter?
What do you mean?
Do you agree
Do I agree on?
on the assessment of whether you're an idiot?
I wouldn't say so.
All right, you disagree,
Sure,
but he vibed with it.
that's fine. We can
All
have
right,
like,
so then
like,
what do we do
opposing-
now?
We can have opposing vibes.
Then what do we do now?
We can just like deal with it,
Yeah, but what's actually the case?
What do you mean actually the case?
Bruh, think, man. Use your brain.
You're an idiot or not?
No, I don't think so.
How do we tell?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you can make
there's
you
a
can make an
problem here, don't you
assumption.
think?
What's that?
I think we have a problem.
Oh, is it? I didn't know it was a problem.
Yeah, it is.
Well, because
Why is
because
it a
we're
problem?
using your strategy.
What's my strategy?
Being a moron.
Vibes.
What's my strategy again?
Yeah. Okay. So we use the strategy of we take the claim and then we vibe with it.
Yeah, but I never
Right,
said
okay,
it was
so
like
we're gonna take the claim.
I never said it was
You're an
concrete.
idiot,
That's why
right? And then I'm
it's a
gonna
feeling.
assess
I
it.
just kind
I'm
of
gonna
feel like it's a
I'm just
thing.
gonna I'm
And
just gonna take a feeling. I'm gonna digest it for a second. And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it a little bit.
yeah, that's how
Right?
it is, dude. Let me just fucking feel it out.
Okay. And now we're like 2 against 1.
That's fine.
So then it's more true?
What's true?
The
That you're
assessment?
retarded.
Yeah, this just seems weird because I said it was a feeling, and I'm not opposed to any other feelings.
We're just using your strategy for what's
Yeah,
actually
but what's my
the case.
strategy? I didn't have a strategy. You asked, and I said,
You
well,
know-
I got a feeling.
Yeah, and so we're just using that.
That's not a strategy,
Well, then
Tell me how
can we
that's
do
a
better?
strategy. What's a strategy?
Using vibes would be a strategy.
A
The one you're using.
strategy would be steps measured
what's
in
the
order to
intent?
reach a conclusion.
Be a moron.
The intent is to reach a position on the statement.
I'm just asking.
And you did.
I'm just
and
answering
you
the
use
question.
this, and you take these steps to reach that.
Well, how about
conclusion.
this? How about we think about it like this? Well, what should I do? How
Not be
should
a
I
moron.
think?
In a more clear and
Well, how about you
structured
say
and logical
anything other
manner.
than that? You've been saying
You
the same
you should
thing.
pick some
If
steps.
you'd have listened,
that-
I was saying in a more clear, logical, and constructed manner.
Oh, right.
I recommend some steps that get better results. Hopefully, more consistent ones.
Yeah, but what's the preferable result?
The one that's actually the case.
What's the case?
The one that's effective.
What's the effective case?
Well, it depends on the claim.
Well, I'm just throwing you questions based on what you're saying.
Yeah, be a logical one.
Well, yeah. So what's under?
I'm just wondering what you're
examination?
talking
Let's
about. That's
let's
all I'm
review,
wondering.
Rick. What's under examination?
Oh, I don't know. Can you explain it?
You're a dumbass.
It could be. I could be.
No, that's what's under examination.
Oh, is it? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You'll be able to play it back at any time for your leisure.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I could be.
All right.
You know,
so
it
we
is
could
what it
have a
is.
rubric, right?
Oh, okay.
Problem
Yeah.
solving skills,
Oh, what was the
memory
problem?
retention,
What was the problem?
That you're a moron.
social awareness.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't think I was. So like I don't
and
think
then
that's a problem.
we could put these on a scale. Like we could give like a
I
general
mean, if you want to
assessment,
invest
like
the
1
time
to
to make
10.
like an Excel spreadsheet, that'd be cool. Like
No,
make me
we're
like a
not gonna do
horoscope or
that.
something. That'd be.
I'm just gonna say in all 3 of these, you're not scoring very high.
I'm sorry, you were like it sounded like you had like marbles in your mouth. Can you say it again?
He was just saying you're retarded and nerd. He was saying it.
Oh yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Well, I'm using a different strategy.
Strategy. Okay, yeah, got it. What's the strategy?
Well, unfortunately, since he scored low in the listening comprehension, this would be falling under, I guess, the social awareness.
Yeah, but I'm
and
asking
the
your
memory
strategy.
retention categories. It would be into those two.
Right.
Since you scored pretty low there, seems you
Right.
missed it entirely. I just explained it to you. I broke it down.
What's your strategy again?
Hey, look, man. Can you just move on since you're obviously just here to be a retard?
I'm not. I don't think I'm a retard.
It's unethical to continue.
It's just
Yeah, if you don't like either stop acting like a retard, I'm just gonna ban you. Those are your options. That's where we're at in the conversation.
Wow, is that so? I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I know, and I'm trying to fucking proceed forward in the most adult-like way possible, which is just giving you the final ultimatum to just start acting like a fucking adult. Look, I'm live streaming. If you want, you can go to my live stream and play back your whole fucking interaction and listen just to how much of a dumb fucking idiot you sound like. The whole conversation. Just listen. So this is, dude, are you going to be an adult or not? Yes or no, man?
I don't think I'm an idiot.
All right, goodbye.
Man, I'm driving head first into a deep ass swamp. This shit gonna be fun.
Have fun. It's nighttime out there, isn't it?
Yeah. Okeechobee's really, really dark. It's actually part of the dark sky here in Florida. So dark. Gators and whooping things that whoop at night.
God ain't real. Prove me wrong.
Yeah,
So,
let's do
you
it.
come here to prove it?
God ain't real. Prove me wrong.
Are you brain dead?
Yes. I love you. Wait, who's the maker of this?
Hey man, this is your opportunity to have a conversation.
You're the maker of this VC?
Can you prove a God exists?
You can't prove it or disprove it. It's a faith-based argument.
I didn't ask you that. I asked if you, Nebayu, can you prove a God exists in this reality?
No one can.
All right, then I win. You lose. Get wrecked, nerd.
Fucking dominated.
Fucking dominated.
Shattered.
Bro, I'm literally agnostic. What?
What was like,
like, shut
like
the
a
fuck up. Y'all are corny as hell.
chair.
Yeah, but agnosticism is
360.
stupid, dude.
No scope.
Look how quickly they get triggered, man. It's weird.
Feelings. Is that like their default? You know what I mean? Like they're just default spur. I don't know. Weird. Oh snap! That sign says caution, smoke ahead. So I'm twisting one up. That sign said reduce smoke speed. Like I haven't even started yet. That's a hell of a brush fire.
You say a brush fire?
Yes, sir. That's a hell of a brush fire. Damn, all the swamp is on fire. Holy shit.
Yo. Yo, fucking nigga.
Hello, niggas.
You doing, man?
You guys can't say that shit in here. TOS. Looking stupid. Worthless humans. Right here, worthless. Completely worthless. Dude, go away. We're not offended. It's just TOS. We like our Discord. Move on.
Damn, they say that Iran just hit a place in Kuwait that supplies 90% of Kuwaiti water. Like, I guess drinking water. All right, nerd. Let's go prove it. All right, I'm going to take your inability to start proving it as exemplar that you can't prove it. I win. Get wrecked, nerd.
So we're just waiting for someone to come in here and debate, or
Just waiting on you to prove it, man.
I already don't believe in God.
So you're saying you can't prove it?
I don't believe in God, bro.
Right, which then means you wouldn't be able to prove it.
Wait, so like someone has to come, be religious, or believe in God, then he has to prove it to you, right?
They just have to not be obstinate and answer questions, which you're obviously not doing.
But I don't believe in God. So
I didn't ask that, dude. That answer that you just gave is to a different question, one I didn't ask.
Yeah, but I don't believe in God, so I don't have to.
It's okay, man. We don't have to have the conversation, man. You can just move on.
So we're just waiting, right?
No. I'm waiting. You don't get to enjoy any conversation in this room because you don't want to participate.
What's up?
Prove it.
Oh, hang on a minute. Wait, hello?
Yeah, prove it.
Oh wait, hang on a minute. I think I muted you from last time. There we go. No yelling? I came in here, I thought you were gonna yell at me.
Can't hear you, but you might be able to hear me. So I have no bars it shows, but I'm still connected.
Wow.
Oh shit, we lost her. Them darn aliens, man. I got internet connection, but I don't have cell service. Like, what is that?
Yeah, it's weird.
You can run from your demons until you are exhausted. One day you will have to stop and find out what they wanted. You can run from your demons until you are exhausted.
Are you gonna prove it, dude?
Yeah, I can prove it. Get on the treadmill, bitch. You can run from your demons until you are exhausted. One day you will have to stop and find out what they want.
Yo,
You prove it?
can I prove God existing?
Yeah.
You know, I could try. I guess. Try.
All right, do it. You won't.
Second though. Boom, let's go, bro. I think you understand what I just hit, bro. I just hit the clutchest lane switch of all time, bro. While talking to you too. Like, I'm actually crazy. Alhamdulillah. But anyway, you said prove God. Let me think. Okay, I thought of an argument. I never thought about it before, but I think it's a banger though. You ready, man? Yo. You ready, man?
I gotta say, trying to take you seriously is like super hard, man.
Don't take me seriously. What do you want about? Like this Discord, man. Like you think I'm gonna become like a what? Like I'm a professor in philosophy or something? I'm just a random kid, man. You don't have to take me seriously. I'm just saying, are you ready to become a theist though? That's my question. Are you ready to become a theist? But God willing, of course.
Bro, can you prove it or not, man?
Of course I can. Here's the argument as to why it is gonna be the case that a God must exist. Concepts require personhood. There exists eternal.
Wow.